welcome to episode 29, WrestleMania VII, with our special guest.
We didn't start.
We just
Yes.
did.
Oh, I thought a countdown meant we started. Okay.
No, you were going to
Interrupt
count.
well, what am I supposed to think? Okay. By the way, I'm here. Go ahead, TJ.
As I was saying, the man who's got our most popular episode so far, I'm sure this one won't be far behind. He is the star, Efren.
I am here. It's Friday in my life, and this is my safe place. I love you guys. I have not watched this show with anyone since I was there with my friend who came out and hit on me 20 years later, but that's a different story. So yeah, I know, right?
Joining me.
Quick.
Go ahead, Frank.
TJ, I got a question. I got a fucking question. You said that Efren when Efren was on, it was the most popular episode. I think it was the most popular episode because we opened with me naked on my bed. I'm just saying.
This is true.
All right, hold on. Everyone, time out. By the way, Henry's here with future Mrs. Cream and Bigham's Brandy, Carl, and Antonio live from the back of an ambulance. So
heading to a medical facility in Rochester, New York.
Frank.
Yeah.
Shut it, Harry Hairball.
If I remember correctly, when that show aired and it took off the way it did, you said, "Oh, it's only popular because Efren's on the show." And I said it could be your centerfold pose you did at the beginning of the show. You're like, no one wants to see it. And now you're throwing it back. No, you cannot.
I
Dikembe Mutombo, you get that shit out.
Not in my house.
World Wrestling Federation champion. Grr. Sergeant Slaughter.
Efren, do you still have that ticket?
No. No,
but now did it say Coliseum or LA Sports?
I will tell you all about it.
Okay.
I have so much time because there's
oh my
so much
gosh.
There you go, Carl, burying the lead already.
Sorry.
During the lead, I hit play when you started counting down. and Mandic's like, wait, did we start yet? And I made fun of him. I did the same thing.
Well, Mandic also thought we were watching WrestleMania 14.
Yeah. Let's go to Carl. Lieutenant Dan Ass Cream. Lieutenant Dan Ass Cream. Just say just say ice.
Is there
cream.
such a thing? Because I'm like, this is the first time ever.
I don't know.
I believe it's called Preparation H.
Oh,
I have not prepped for this episode. Well, excuse me. I have not aged for this episode. I have not aged for this episode. And I thought of that joke coming out of Safeway 20 minutes before I got here.
That's very good.
Oh
I'm already crying. We haven't even started yet.
No.
So we're going to start.
Actually, you haven't started yet. I've started once.
Everyone else has started. I have not started yet. We are starting. See, I let you guys play so you can catch up to me. That's how that works. So
mature.
Yeah. Thank you, Antonio.
And now he's frozen.
And now he's frozen.
Yeah, but he got his name right.
Oh, sexy Bin Laden over here. Handsome Bin Laden!
Ah!
That, by the way, that is Antonio Santos' new nickname, just given to him this evening, Handsome Bin Laden. We are starting at 55 minutes, 46 seconds. WrestleMania 7 on the Peacock. We're starting with Rick Martel and Jake the Snake in the blindfold
transition match. Of the transition is where you
this is the build-up video. How we got here. So
Efren. I got a question.
Antonio.
How many of us can fit on the cock?
Well, apparently at least 7.
He hadn't seen it.
Oh, Jesus.
It's got a hole in it. It's even got the hole in it.
Wait.
Oh, my God. It was a close-up of that thing.
Wait, I'll be the Tootsie Roll Owl. Mr. One. I'm pointing at you, Carl. 2. I'm pointing at you again, Carl.
It's got a hole in everything.
Wait. Wait, Mr. Owl, I have a question. Actually, I'll solve. You know what? I'm gonna solve. It's before and
The world may
after. Somebody said whole. It's not Courtney Love's band. Glory.
Okay.
Ding 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 ding
Okay,
ding ding
so we're
ding.
just going to say
Before and
this now.
after.
Carl
Glory hole.
and Bruno help me out with a proof of concept for WrestleMania, which you are all welcome to do, right? And this is Carl as we were playing Scrabble. I'd like to buy a vowel. He didn't say it. So. By the way, Carl,
I was so bad.
Your reaction during WrestleMania when you put the wrong things in order was priceless. This was him. Well, I'm going to go silent.
It literally was dyslexia because I just transposed 4 and 1 and then 2 and 3. Like I was off each time because I was just like boom, boom, boom. I told you about my grandpappy, third grade man, dude, because had fastest fingers this side of the Mississippi.
Do you guys?
I have to live up to that.
You guys remember who got that one right?
TJ.
Oh, it was me. That's right.
Oh,
yes.
right.
Smoked us.
I didn't get dyslexia. Boom.
Well,
I have the fastest
then,
fingers.
Hold on though. Then you had the fastest fingers, but then you bet on your turn. You got booted out, and the randomizer brought him back in.
Back in. That's right.
Yeah, and you know what's sad too is I forgot we could pass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I just had to like a
Oh.
dipshit. All right, so let's go ahead and start WrestleMania.
Where did Antonio go?
Antonio had to go back to work.
He had to go watch more homeless people light themselves on fire.
I was going to
bus.
say, I
Did
think they
anyone
were leading
notify
our feet on
me?
fire.
Like I didn't get a fax or.
He posted it in the chat.
Oh, there's a chat.
Yes, there is. So we're at 55-46. We're getting ready for Martel and Jake. Efren,
Yes,
will
sir.
you please give us the countdown?
Okay, I'm going to count to 10 so we all know where we are. Okay, and you start at play. Okay, 3, 2, 1, play. 47, 8, 9, 50, 1, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56.
Perfect.
I already fucked that up, but anyway.
All right. Good job, Frank.
So is that cologne? Oh, that's right. Because
Bruno, go to
Juice has-
5630.
Yeah, I believe this was right around the time of the this could be actually it's probably after when they did the
10
blind
seconds,
gimmick
Bruno.
with gentleman Chris Adams in WCW or WCCW.
We'll
excuse
come
me.
back
That was-
next week to remove the dressing. Over here, Jake. Over here.
Oh
I
my
also
God.
love that in his off time, Jake Roberts dresses like a keyboarding teacher from high school.
Now, you mentioned off time. First, Bruce says it's the easiest move to take, that DDT
Yes.
right there. Oh my God, look at that.
He's
Go ahead.
no, I was that Cosby sweater and Bill Watts, or I'm sorry, UWF other guy, Herb Abrams boots look is just oof. Yeah, rough.
Here's something I was always confused about real quick. One eye was white, the other one was fine, but he was blind? Or was he just blind in one eye?
He's
No,
blind.
the one
This
eye was
was
white, the
pre-no
one
holds
eye
barred.
was red. So both of his eyes were fucked up.
Oh, okay. So all right.
My, did he just put some water on him, huh? Excuse
He
me.
sure did.
Holy cow.
We
So
all know Jake Roberts not hitting the gym before his matches, so or after. Or
Okay,
in between.
what's our time check again? Sorry.
So you should have the model.
57:44.
All right. Tell me when we're
47,
at 5802. Seriously.
Lord,
10 seconds.
this is what I have to deal with.
It's all right. 8, 9, 0, 1, 2.
Boom.
We
Three.
could do a Maury Povich of You Are the Father wrestling style. Rick the Model in EC3. My gosh. If he didn't come from this isn't going well.
Cut it.
Okay. So let me tell you about my experience here. Of course, I get there at, I don't remember if this thing started at 1 or 4. I want to say 4. It started. Look at a very young Mike Chioda in the ring. This ticket, if I remember, cost me, I don't remember, $75 or $150. It was one or the other. This was my first experience with a ticket scalper. Oh. It was half that. So it was either 37 or it was 70. I think I paid $75 for this ticket, and it was $37. And I'm in the very last row here.
Or is this a walk up?
No.
Okay.
No. So very few people. I talked to my
very dear, close, first, a long time friend
at the OVP to try to find. So what happened was Sean, no one can find this. Great piece of information. Sean Mooney would do event centers in the LA area, not screaming, but forget any angles or whatever. He would have an event center every break saying, those of you with tickets to WrestleMania at the Los Angeles Coliseum, you need to come to the box office or call this number or send your tickets in to this address. It is now at the sports arena. Your tickets need to be changed. You need to do this before the event. But even on that day, that today's the day, if you haven't turned in your tickets, and no one can find this video, and he must have done almost 50 to 100 of them, because that's all he talked about. And he was the one. That's how you got your information. I wish I could find that video.
How far out did that run? Like a week? Like 5 days, 4 days?
3 to 5 weeks.
Oh,
if
my
you
gosh.
Remember,
oh, wow. Okay.
If you didn't subscribe to the newsletters, they would say, WrestleMania, this at the end, only a few weeks away in Los Angeles. They stopped broadcasting that it was coming from the Coliseum. And when did they announce that they were going to the Coliseum? 1 year earlier at WrestleMania 6.
Yep.
Right. So if you watch the old things, they will say they're from Los Angeles. No mention of the Coliseum. Sean Mooney was on it that whole weekend for. Right. So I wonder about people who are coming out of state, and I don't know.
What's your belief, Efren? What do you believe this was moved for security, or they didn't sell enough tickets?
There's no way they sold the tickets. It was just I'll tell a story back when we see the Macho.
Okay.
The Macho recap. But let me tell you about this match. I was into this match. Everyone around me bought into this match. When Jake starts pointing again, I'll raise the volume here. I don't think the crowd's they're piping in noise.
Mm-mm.
Because here we go. Hold on.
I like sun, sunshine, nice weather.
That's so cool.
Efren, did you pay more for this ticket or the one to Las Vegas?
$150 face value for WrestleMania 9.
Okay.
And then this was $75.
Now, were you, correct me if I'm wrong, you said that it was just you and the WrestleMania 9 at Vegas. It was like
correct.
You by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with anybody here, or you just by yourself?
Yeah,
or
I'm
no,
with a classmate.
Oh, classmate.
Who
Okay.
came out of the closet like 20 years later as well. So I got here 3 hours before. Of course, that's what I do.
I would say, how far do you live from here?
20 miles,
Mm.
20 long downtown miles.
Mhm.
Saw a British Bulldog drive up with his glasses and and he didn't have his contacts in, and it was like this kayfabe thing. Like, oh my God, he wears glasses. And someone get his license so we can. And they all laughed at me. So, what do you think of this match, guys?
I love this match.
It was so masterful because Jake just had this crowd eating out of his hand. And everyone's like, oh, blindfold match. If you can control the crowd like that, that's a masterpiece.
Yeah,
That's
Jake,
hard.
Jake clearly, still to this day, I think he's one of the best. He's just God. He's like a master manipulator. Like he had them in the palm, the palm of his hands here.
So I mean, again, to go with that, Jake is crowd psychology is off the charts. However, he can't do this match without Rick Martel.
No.
Rick Martel does a phenomenal job being the heel.
I've never realized that. You are absolutely correct.
And also, someone who does not get enough credit here too is the referee, Danny Davis. He's the one directing traffic
Danny
here.
Davis.
Do you think they can see through those at all? Do you think
it's got a mesh?
See, that's what I wanted to bring up, is that there was a very close shot of whoever was in the far corner,
right?
And you could see through.
With
this kind of represents, to me, just my opinion. Angle was talking about his match against Benoit, and there not being a timer, and there not being any video component to relay to the fans in the stands what was actually taking place. This one at home, like when I saw the match, I was like, oh, okay. But in the stands, Efren, I've got to imagine this is like almost the reverse. It's like, oh, that was a great match, and everybody at home got it. But it's like this one seems like it's more like if you were in the stands, it would be like, oh, you're directing traffic, or you get to actually like help the wrestler or hinder the heel.
It was such a choose your own adventure match. Like, we're gonna help. Like, I didn't even think of that going into this match. Not one bit.
Right.
But you know what ruined it for me? From my angle way up top, I could see the mesh. I saw the mesh exactly when the pay-per-view audience saw it. I was like, oh man, they can see through. Yeah. So it ruined it, but hook, line, and sinker, man.
Yep.
With this, you notice also no signs. Sports Arena had a no signs rule. So the sign, you'll see a sign with Tenryu Katao at the beginning of Act 2 after the intermission, that, you know, it's, oh, and look who's up front.
Yes, super fan.
Do we know who the hell that is?
Yeah, look him up.
He's one of the ECW fans.
He's the one who shouted at the brawl to end it all, or whatever. Hulk Hogan. They're about to do a documentary on him.
Yeah,
Lord,
I saw
he's
that.
built.
The other thing about this is, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the Clippers are actually playing here at this time.
Yes,
Probably.
Yes, yes, and the Lakers are at the Forum.
Right.
That guy always had good seats too.
Right.
It's all about who.
I wonder if
God,
Martel
Martel
said, "Look, we're going to give you these tickets, but we're going to put you on the other side of the hard camera. Do your thing. Don't be a dumbass. Here you go."
Well,
And
look
just kind of went with it.
Yeah. Well, look at look at that front row. Henry Winkler, Donald Trump, all Lou Ferrigno. All not
those
there is something that
two empty seats. Are we going to talk about that? The two empty seats that are purposely
PJ.
there.
Front row.
Yes.
Those are Don's seats, right, Carl?
Mm-hmm. He doesn't show up until Macho.
I don't even remember.
I don't even know when he does.
Which wife is it that comes with him to this one? Is it
Marla? Marla
Maples.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And-
right.
And look at
Oh.
WCW Hulk Hogan fan there. On the
Oh
other
my
side there.
gosh.
Get the
Yep. You didn't notice that
out.
at the opening of the show. They show him.
All right.
Wait,
Settle
that's
down there, Frank.
Vladimir. Isn't that Vladimir?
Damn
it!
Is that the guy's name?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. He takes off the mask and he says F yeah. And I always thought that was very high risk or risque for this time.
Didn't somebody do a blindfold match recently, or try to do one? Or am I imagining things? Because here's the thing: this match, it, in all due respect, should have failed miserably. However, because it's Jake the Snake Roberts and Rick Martel does not get enough credit for this match. It works. I don't know if it works with anyone else.
No.
I hate
the crowd psychology of Jake here is off the chain.
I hated Danny Davis in this match, though. I hated Danny Davis as a referee because we're only 4 years removed from him being, a crooked ref.
Dangerous Danny Davis, right?
Lifetime suspension? I don't think so.
Also, we noticed when Frank and Carl were here for WrestleMania, we watched WrestleMania 5, I believe it was, and Harley Race is coming down to the ring on a sedan. One of the guys carrying it is Mike Chioda.
Oh my gosh.
And that's 1989.
Oh my gosh.
God, I got there for the end of 15. We watched 5. We watched 4. We watched 6. We were watching some before. My God, I'm just gonna come back there and be your basement man.
We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk to
my very dear, close, personal, long time friend,
Paulie Bewell, about that sedan. Huh? There's Marla.
Marla.
So I'm going to tell this story now. Okay. At the end of the show, I'm walking out and she has 6 to 8 bodyguards around her and they push me out of the way. And she's like, oh, get them away from me. Oh, and they push me out. I'm like, oh, excuse me. And she running to her limo. But yeah, her bodyguards pushed me.
You're like 14 here, aren't you?
What is this, 91, right?
Right.
92. No, 91, yeah.
91 is 13.
Carry the one.
Carry the one,
Third
half the
power.
14. Yeah.
Oh.
They spruced this place up with I guess this was the first version of them, like the Superstars and Stripes.
Oh yeah.
They did that to the arena, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want to play. I remember this right here. Listen to the crowd when the bell dongs. LA crowd or not, I don't know, but debuting in Survivor Series earlier, this is his first WrestleMania match.
Oh, I love it.
Oh shit.
They don't want cheers for this man.
Cheers.
Did you hear those cheers?
Yeah.
He's what, 15 months in here?
I'm sorry?
No.
I'm sorry. He's 4 months in.
Yeah.
90. Yeah.
He's just new.
Wow. Yeah, they should not be cheering him already.
Right. So
the kid facial shots and the inquisitive, there's like a guy. I mean, these resonate with me. I think that this more than anything cemented him. I didn't care who he was facing, but when you're like, I'm that kid, I had that haircut. Literally, I was like,
the bowl cut,
6, 7.
Right
yeah,
there.
I
Yep.
still
Carl,
have
is
it.
that you?
Yeah, I wish. But Efren, was it did it rain that night to where it would have been a disadvantage to have it outdoors? And 2, do you, at that young, like formidable age, do you remember there being a lot of tension with Sergeant Slaughter's character?
No. So
Hmm.
number one, it didn't rain. It sprinkled that day, but like for 15 minutes. And I'm gonna save this story. Specific. Remind me for the Macho Man recap at the Royal Rumble. That's super important.
Okay.
But no, I didn't. It was just a heel guy who didn't like Hulk Hogan. But then again, Percy. Then again, I'm 13. I don't know. This is what I know. There are bad guys in this world, and the U.S. is going to try to stop those bad guys. That is my whole world, and meaning I don't know any more on how serious this thing is about people going, overseas and what can happen. Why would I think of that? I'm not an adult. Wow, what a jobber Snuka is here.
I was to say that's just such.
Snuka also wearing boots.
Yeah.
Oh,
weird.
look at that. That's right.
Yes.
If I may.
So
Berserker was like, "Can I add some fur?" To
Yeah,
those?
dude.
Just take those?
Yeah, thank you.
Pocahontas is like, can I have my boots back?
Need those. Hey, John
I've
Smith.
never seen. Look how built Snuka is, though.
I wonder how old
look at
he
those
is here.
legs.
Oh, I know. Let's play over under.
Yay!
How old is Jimmy Snuka at this show? Over, we'll do. I don't know how old he is yet, so we'll do over under 44 and a half.
over.
I know he debuted in like 72.
I was gonna say 42.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under.
Under.
That's a strong over.
A strong over.
A strong over. Gotcha.
This is 91.
91, correct.
1991.
Who had the strong over?
Carl.
He's correct.
How old is he?
At this, so let's see, 2 months after the show, May 18th, he will have turned 48.
No way.
My God, are you serious?
He's 47 years old here. By the way, he still wrestles for ECW after this run.
Mark
He's even their
Nelson, if
champion.
you're watching this is what 47 should look like, darling.
Recognized by them, isn't he?
Was it Snuka?
I'm gonna hit that one.
I know
I'm
he
gonna
was
hear
one of
about
the
that one.
early
Something
champions, but
horrible is
for some
coming
reason
my
it
way.
sticks in my mind that he's the inaugural Extreme Championship Wrestling, when it was still independently owned and not a WWE entity, recognized Snuka as champion. Does they want to say their first or second champion?
He was in WCW in 2000.
What?
Snuka? Wouldn't surprise me.
I don't remember that. First ECW champion. I want to say it's Ron Simmons.
Well, Shane.
No, it was.
Wait,
no, I think Henry's right.
Wait, the revamp?
No, this is
No,
Eastern Championship Wrestling.
Well, all of the
was
title
Snuka.
holders, Carl, all of the holders of the ECW World Heavyweight, the ECW Tag, and the ECW TV title, though the last two were never part of WWE.
Henry's right.
Oh no,
We're all
who's the
recognized.
who's the last or the first? Because the last
April 25th, 1992.
Here we go.
Jimmy
Cheers.
Snuka.
Listen to the cheers.
It's amazing to think that in
Took a like
13 months, almost exactly, from this match, Jimmy Snuka is going to be ECW's very first champion.
April
Is
25th,
that
1990. April 25th, 1992. He defeated Salvatore Bellomo
Salvatore Bellomo.
in a tournament to become the
I
inaugural
love
champion.
Salvatore.
I'm sorry. Did you say Salvatore Below
Salson's here.
Below who?
So it's Jimmy Snuka, Johnny Hotbody, Jimmy
Already
Snuka,
love him.
Don Morocco, The
Okay.
Sandman in 92.
Oh my, okay.
Don Morocco, Tito Santana, Shane Douglas, and we know where it goes from there.
So
Two things
actually, if you use WWE's revamped history, every title reign prior to Shane Douglas winning the ECW championship in 1994 is not recognized by WWE.
So I didn't look at WWE.
Well, fuck WWE.
I'm not looking at WWE. I'm looking at Wikipedia.
Me too.
I have to be honest. If we're watching the recap here, where Sherry's on her knees, like even
It's a
as
very odd scenario.
even as a 10-year-old kid, I kept like thinking she was like gonna grab his thing. Like
Really?
I really, yeah, I was just
No,
like,
I was
that's
jealous
right
as
there.
hell when she.
Yeah. I thought right there that's a face he makes. It's gonna be like Diet Pepsi and Mentos. Just
Well, I
This-
mean,
this shocked the hell out of
Lord, Carl.
but the no, what I was gonna
Lord.
say seriously is look at the last two matches and look at WrestleMania 8. So Undertaker, beats Snuka. Jake Roberts has this really fun, entertaining. I love this. God, I love this run-in so
Do you
much.
think Warrior owns Savage Trans? Because between this and then the Scepter shot, he beat the shit out of him.
Here we go.
I mean, this hit.
Mm.
Holy fuck.
Oh my gosh!
Lord.
Ay, Dios mío.
So I'm watching this. I don't mean. Let me interrupt here.
But
Go ahead.
no,
Please.
no. I was just saying. Then this time next year, we got Jake Roberts thinking he's going to be having the book in WCW,
Right.
doing the Undertaker telling him, "Hey, tombstone me on the outside, and then on the inside, I'm out of here." It's just interesting.
Amazing to think that
Yeah.
18 months before Slaughter becomes WWE champion, he's part of the first episode of AWA's Team Challenge series.
Oh
Stop
God.
it. Why would you
Please
do
stop.
Oh,
I have to tell you,
Efren,
this
I'm
match,
getting you
this,
a green
this
screen.
whole Elizabeth thing, I just love it.
Do you?
Love it.
I want to play What If for a second as we're getting ready to start this match. So WrestleMania 6 was held at Skydome in Toronto. The idea was that WrestleMania 7 was supposed to be at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, which in its pre-2018 configuration held 93,000 people, about the same total number of people as the
Silver
Pontiac Silverdome.
Silverdome?
Couldn't think of it for a second.
You got to factor
Which
in
means if you put
the field too.
If you put seats on the field, it would have been WrestleMania's first pay-per-view with over 100,000 people if they'd managed to sell this all the way out.
What was the prediction? 103?
They
I
just
had
said
to-
over 100.
I have to wonder something. From here, we know that WrestleMania 8's in the Hoosier Dome and that they don't run another stadium WrestleMania for 9 more years. It's not going to be until WrestleMania 17 when they go to the Astrodome in Houston where they run another stadium show.
Also
Leave it to
there.
Indiana to ruin another thing. Go ahead.
I got to wonder something, though. If WrestleMania or if WWE had managed to pull off a full stadium at WrestleMania and run the Coliseum instead of the sports arena and gotten over 100,000 people into the Memorial Coliseum, what would that have done for the business? Because you'd have to presume that they'd continue running stadium shows at least for WrestleMania. We know in 92 they go to London for SummerSlam. Is it 92 or am I thinking of 91?
92. You're right. 92.
Yeah, they go to
probably,
Wembley.
yeah.
I hated that because it was on a
The
delay.
Wembley SummerSlam and the Toronto WrestleManias are the only times they've ever held good major shows overseas.
Well, you're right.
the-
You're right, Efren. Because I remember 92. I don't think came on until 6 o'clock
Right.
Eastern. So clearly it was midnight there. See, that's why everyone's like, why don't they do another overseas show like that? Well, you can't now with the internet. You didn't have the internet in 92. Nobody, somebody from England could have called somebody and ruined it for them, but you don't have to. You didn't have to worry about this mass results thing dropping.
Well,
So
now
the
it's
dirt sheets did it.
Yeah. Now it's strictly travel costs. It's just too expensive to
And
do
they
it.
probably would have been more mad about their phone bill if someone from London called them
Right.
than actually having the event being spoiled.
Henry, to answer your question, I will tell you this: if they pull off a successful show at the Coliseum, WCW does not make it to 01.
That's interesting.
This was not a WCW town, LA. They played
Correct.
They played the Forum every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
This was a WWF town. But
I think wasn't there a Starrcade there?
At the Forum?
Yeah.
I don't think so. There was an internet pay-per-view.
Like, no, I mean like in the 80s.
Forum had,
I don't think so. I think the ones in the 80s were in Greensboro. They did the double show where they did it in Greensboro and Atlanta. And then I think 87 was Chicago before they tried going back to Greensboro.
Yeah, they did.
Their fan base said, go fuck yourself.
Well, no, this, I would say this specific Coliseum is the home to the first ever non-English or American based promotion running a pay-per-view, and that's When Worlds Collide. AAA was like Art Bar and Eddie Guerrero, and this is like 93,
95.
94.
It's
95.
one of the very few pay-per-views that's not on WWE Network.
It is, and it's fantastic. The Art Bar Eddie Guerrero tag matches.
Can we just talk about how Roll Tide Cherry is?
Very.
Beautiful.
I was looking at the history of Starrcade. For one, I was unaware they even ran a Starrcade in 2019. Did not know that. But it was December 1st. This main event was Bobby Lashley and Kevin Owens.
Right.
Anyone care to take a stab at what town that was in?
I
will give $20 to anyone who guesses it.
I'm gonna
Right
go
now.
with
Right meow.
It's
Right,
it
meow.
is
Indianapolis is what I
No.
said.
No, it is it's
Again, Indiana ruined that. We can't do that again.
Do I get to guess again? I like $20.
Yes.
Name of the city or the name of
do
the
it again.
stadium?
Columbus.
Name of the city.
Paducah.
I'll give you the name of the stadium because it ain't gonna matter.
Kodiak.
It was in the Infinite Energy Center.
The Energy
Houston.
Center.
No,
Nope.
this was southeast, if I remember
Yes.
correctly.
Seattle.
State of Georgia,
South
city
Carolina?
of Duluth.
Close. Wait, what did you say? Henry looked it
I
up.
said-
He Googled it.
I did not.
Charlotte,
It
Raleigh.
was in Duluth, Georgia.
Duluth, Georgia.
Not Minnesota, Georgia.
That's
Not Kodiak.
that's not
Georgia.
even the good Duluth. It was the one in Georgia.
Right.
All right, Henry. I'll give you $20 for that. Even though I'm positive you cheated.
Map it.
Hey.
Fuck yeah.
Let's talk about the tights here.
Yes.
Warriors tights. That's okay. Let me okay. I'm gonna double backtrack here.
Is
Number
that
one,
Kevin Dunn
I don't think so.
where
next to
Saying next to
Elizabeth?
Actually, it might have been.
they'll show her again, but no one knows what's going on in this arena. No one knows Elizabeth's here because there's no video.
There's no screens. Like,
There's
there's no
no
big screen that you
screen.
can look at.
So
You know what's crazy about this? Like Savage retires here. He's 39.
I'm unaware, and Frank, we were actually talking about this. What was WrestleMania 2? It's like literally behind me. Where was that? Was that the Forum?
WrestleMania 2?
Yeah.
No, it was at the sports arena. I was there.
Oh, so
You were at
same
2
spot.
also?
Yes.
God, you bragger.
2. Well, early old
Didn't
bragger.
you ever read the biography he had on the page for his now defunct show Saved by the Pod?
I love you, Henry. That's a D. I love you. I love you. Yeah,
I tried.
WrestleMania on a Monday.
By the way, how
Mom
do I
said
get your
you're not-
That's
magazine? Efren?
right.
I'm sorry.
I want your magazine.
Okay,
I want it.
done.
Your aftermag? Is that what you're talking about?
Right.
Yes.
No,
No, I want his centerfold that he was in.
It was on a Monday and said, no one's going. You're not going anywhere until you finish your homework. And dad would park under the 110 freeway and bring a gun with him into the arena because they didn't search you back then because it was a very bad part of town.
Inglewood's rough,
right?
Real rough.
And this is right. This is right next to the Coliseum.
I'm sorry. I was thinking.
Right, but so let me back. So no one knows Elizabeth's here. Number 2, let's go back to the Royal Rumble. That's the night Bush orders the invasion of Iraq.
Oh my God.
And so I'm watching this pay-per-view, and my sister's fiance, his brother, calls earlier and says, I think we're going to get the call. I think he's going to announce it. And so if he announces it, we're going within 48 hours. We'll be in Iraq. And I'm watching this. I'm watching Slaughter Warrior. And during that match, I hear my sister's fiance crying in the room, two rooms over, because his brother's going to Iraq now. This is as real as it gets. And I watched the rest of that show very low. Because what am I going to do? Cheer? So that's what I remember that. Now this match, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. I'm here, but after the Undertaker match, I'm in the phone booth at the sports arena for the next hour 15, trying to explain to my friend to make sure that this show is recording on SLP or LP or whatever, because they didn't have a replay at this time. I missed this match completely.
Oh.
And I am using my calling card, my parents' calling card, like 10/9/90 or whatever one. And they got a bill for like $500 based on that call. I missed this whole. So I come back mid demolition. I go, what happened? You said Elizabeth came out and picked, and they're back together, and Macho's happy and retired, and they got back. I go, what? And we'll go when you see the end of this match, you hear multiple like cheering crescendos, right? Because of the ending.
Mm-hmm.
All I hear is the fans, audience cheering 4 or 5 times. I'm like, what the hell's going on over there? Are you hitting record? I missed this whole thing.
Did anybody else notice that those 2 seats are now filled in?
Is Henry there? Is Donald
Oh,
there?
they are.
I have not been paying attention.
Donnie has shown up.
To the seats. Oh, yeah, they have.
There he is.
Glad he showed up to something. Oops,
And-
sorry, that was political.
Oh.
My bad.
Oh,
My bad.
Snap.
Edit.
Edit. Edit. That's funny. So, this is probably what Warrior's second best match behind Hogan.
Wait, no. This is probably his best match. I would not say. I would say. And you know what's funny is you don't look. I never looked at Hogan as being the one to carry somebody, but Hogan clearly carried him at 6.
100%.
And Savage carried him. Oh my Lord, Moon over Miami.
I know.
And clearly Savage carried him here.
Absolutely.
I mean,
But it went back to the story Efren just told. Was it Bruce who told a very similar story? They were watching the TV backstage at the Rumble, like watching the press conference and watching the show, and then because they knew it was cut. So my stepdad,
Bruce,
My very dear, close, personal, long-time friend.
Bruce, yeah.
My stepdad, who was not my stepdad at the time, was an Army tank commander during this time, and he got called over, and he loved it because he's psychotic. And He actually served under Norman Schwarzkopf before he was a 5-star. And his general was Colin Powell. So
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
this was legit. Like our Victor's chain of command was bona fide, and I had to ask him. You know, Schwarzkopf's got like the lone gunman mentality, the crazy guy, and I had to ask him right before I went in 2004. What was Schwarzkopf like? He goes, he's just as crazy as you think he is. Like, I guess he was just a wingnut just all the time.
I met Colin Powell. We did a annual fundraiser, and he was our guest star for the first one ever. And they paid him $100,000, and I was assigned to be his student assistant or whatever. And we did, I was in the theater department. We performed our stuff. And at the end of the night, he went, I happened to be there, just, assisting him till the end. He pulled out the check, gave it back to the president, said, keep your money. You're doing good work here. Never broadcast it.
That's nice.
Warriors backup trunks are on sale on eBay for this.
Oh my God.
Used in promos and videos. The back says this with a picture of Warrior and Macho means much more than this with the world title. What is the price that you can buy right now for the backup trunks?
Should we
10 grand.
Can we cue the Blue Pants theme? Da 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 da. Efren, I would like to bid at $2,500.
I don't have prices right, but I do have.
Ooh, Wicked
Love
Slink
this song.
or
No,
Millionaire?
I'm
sorry. Let me redo. Here's Greed.
Oh, Greed.
I just looked up, actually, when Frank and Carl were here, I just looked up a ring-worn jacket that Bobby Heenan wore to WrestleMania 5.
I want that. How much?
And it $5,600.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
So how much are the Warrior backup trunks?
The
I say
Warrior
10.
I'm gonna
backup
say
trunks.
35.
What'd you say, TJ?
I'm gonna go 14.5.
Oh, almost triple. Anyone else?
8,500, Alex.
I say 10 grand.
3,500.
And I'm gonna stick with my. No, I'm gonna go 2,700. I'm gonna go 2,700.
And again, my guideline is I know there's a flare robe worth 30. So
Wait,
let's
I'm
not go in
actually,
that
if we're gonna do this Price is Right style, give me $1, Bob. $1.
You would do that.
$51.99
Oh my
plus
God.
free shipping.
So he's just under the Heenan
50
jacket.
$51.
No, $5,200.
Oh.
For another
There's
man's Speedo.
5,200 for another man's Speedo. It should be shipped.
At least you got free
Homophobic
shipping.
Speedo. A homophobic Speedo.
By the way,
Yes.
I would really like to just see that butthole. I'm sorry. Anyway,
Good Lord.
I'm sorry. It's like right there.
It's Frank's leather Cheerio
I thought you meant
moment.
Warriors. Oh,
No, not Warriors butthole. No, it's just Moon over Miami over here.
Can you
Like,
please stop saying butthole?
Just say Frank leather Cheerio.
I'm gonna go with anus.
Anus. If I die, I will be
Oh, what a
impaled
bump.
in the anus.
Hebner took
This-
the best bumps.
That was a
not
hell of a
here.
bump,
That
too.
wasn't great. That was
No, I
the
meant
match.
like the most exaggerated.
This was the match where they started announcing this is the largest pay-per-view audience in the history of pay-per-view. Blaze. When it turns out it was like the lowest ever.
And you've got your covered. And you're like, is it fucking taping? Yes or no? my God, dude. Is it taping? Okay. Is it record? Okay, I gotta go. Damn it!
This is back. You know, a similar
Oh,
story.
turned out he never recorded it. He didn't know how.
Oh,
all that time.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Lord. So a similar story. Brandy can maybe attest to this. We'll get more into it next week when we watch Mania 19. But and what's weird is when Austin comes out, I knew what the OMR on his jacket stood for. But it's because I'm a drunk and not because I had no idea he was retiring. None.
I don't think anybody knew.
I did
know.
not understand why he was doing a curtain call.
What does that on his jacket mean?
One more round.
So he's like doing his curtain call in the ring, and I'm sitting around like, didn't he lose? Why are we? He lost. Why do we care? So I mean, all of us were confused, and you know, we fly home the next day, you watch Raw, and like Austin's retired. Like, excuse me,
What?
Right.
Austin retired
Again.
Would that narrative, Efren, in your mind in 19, would that have changed had they gone on last, not Angle and Lesnar? And would that have, I mean, TJ, you were there. So, and Brandy, who, Santos, not, but, would that have changed? He was there. Would that have changed the narrative how we look at 19?
No, because maybe because
19's a hot mess.
I disagree entirely, sir. But
Because you were there, right? We loved
Okay,
Full Gear. You shit on
19
it. We love it because it was there. You were
19
there.
was one of the best WrestleManias of all time. Thank you. But here's
Who
what I'll
said
say.
that?
So, me.
Oh, hold
Just
on,
now.
hold on.
Because he was there.
Here's what I'll say is, does that match have the levity to go main? Yes. Angle and Lesnar would have let it go main also, by the way.
He
But-
said that, right?
I don't know, probably. But Austin and The Rock had too much respect for the title. They never would have allowed it to go on after the title. So, thus, Rock Hogan at 18 the year before, and then we got poor Jericho and Triple H had to continue wrestling after that. Like, who's next for the title? I don't give a shit. You see what I just saw? I don't care.
But no, I think you're on to something as far as value goes and guys wanting to have their WrestleMania moment, last spot. That's why Punk I could see in WWE LA against The Rock, not Roman Reigns.
Well, again,
Like,
I told
final
you my
match.
thought when you guys were here. Punk will main event in WrestleMania.
I'm buying into it a little bit more now.
It will be a one-off. He'll do a story. They'll pay it off at Mania, and then he'll go back to whatever he was doing.
Question.
Yes.
Hard camera. Who's that guy in row 4 in the tie, in the suit and tie?
Very good question.
Because he's not row 1. Reminds me of Andy Garcia in Ocean's 11.
It looks like Jim Hurt.
Well, if he wants tickets, tell him I'm sure he can afford to buy the tickets to the fight.
Because it's not like his kids are around him.
Right.
No. Actually, it looks like he's sitting on the stairs.
Right.
He's not even in a chair.
Honestly, it does. He's not even sitting in the fucking. He's sitting.
Sure,
on
we
the
need you to get
stairs.
off the stairs.
Sure, you're a fire hazard.
And then when they
Well-
turn the camera away, he pulls a badge out of his pocket. Never mind.
All
Carry
right.
on.
Can we see Kevin Dunn? Every time. So is it Kevin Dunn next to him or?
I
Next to
don't.
him?
Maybe
think
it's
so,
Kevin
'cause-
Dunn sitting on the
Bugs
stairs.
Bunny mother.
No, because
I-
the teeth are not Mr.
I
Ed
wouldn't
enough.
know Kevin
How
Dunn
can
if you
you
walked in my
tell?
house right now.
It's the teeth. The way his jaw is set, the top part of his jaw.
Mr. Ed looking motherfucker.
Exactly. If,
Can I-
the-
I don't
if
know.
that person has buck teeth, that's not the mouth shape for someone with buck teeth.
Can I pose a hypothetical? I really
I wish you
think,
would.
I really think this could have main evented this show.
Absolutely.
It could have. Absolutely.
But again, it's the title.
I know.
One. And again, it's the era. And two, let's put things in perspective here in 91. This is, two men's careers on the line, right?
Mhm.
Between Warrior and Savage. The main event has American patriotism against Iraqi
I know.
riding on
I
it.
know. I know.
I mean, there's no way anything was going to main event over Hogan and Slaughter. No way.
Do you know what 10-year-old me was saying at this moment right now? 10-year-old me.
I think it's really where the TJ's 6.
No, it's why the fuck is he talking to his hands?
And
All the
I
time.
think perfect. I think Gorilla is selling this too hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
hi,
message
Sherry.
from above, the yeah, like
Is this is
There's that butthole again.
if somebody want leather Cheerio,
It
and
stopped
so
in mid-sentence.
is this Vince's first like wall to knock down with Randy to be like, you're going on commentary like 2 WrestleManias from now? Is this his first like push to make him start to realize, hey bud,
If you want to believe Lanny in the Randy Savage DVD, which I do, because Lanny doesn't have any reason to lie. He's on a Legends deal. He's not. Randy wanted to go to commentary,
Right. He wanted a break.
but he was willing. I don't know if ready's the right word, because you're never ready. But he was willing to go to the commentary table. What blew my mind is when I heard that Randy Savage, knowing his brain and what he's capable of when he's on, think DDP 97, because that's probably exactly what would have happened here. He had a 2-year story built up with Shawn Michaels of that era. This is like 94, 96, where eventually it ends with Shawn Michaels retiring Randy Savage for good and putting him in the booth for good. And to know that we could have had that and didn't get it. Now, there are people behind the scenes at WWE said it never happened.
See,
I don't believe that.
I believe it. I believe that was a proposal, and
I do too. I believe Randy. I believe Lanny that he said that because it sounds just like something Randy would do. I don't believe the backstage guy that said that it never happened. Is what I'm saying. But to know we could have had that and were robbed of it kills me. And then again,
we got Savage and Crush instead.
well, we got that shit. But what I'm saying is 3 years later, Savage spends a year putting DDP over.
Right.
Look what that did for DDP's career.
Efren, please, on Pyramid, no, I don't want to have to be giving hints where it says Lanny Poffo and Marilyn Manson can both do this.
Okay. 2 things. Number 1, remember, I'm in the phone booth. Just listen to the crowd. I keep hearing these crescendos. Did you? Is the red light on? I don't really know. He wasn't the smartest person again. It says LP, and is the big red circle on?
Oh God, I totally remember that too.
And then he would hang up, and then again, I hear this from the phone booth.
That's why she's here to rub it in.
Why are they cheering like 3 or 4 times? I don't know. So I'm saying, oh my God, my parents ripped me off that phone.
Randy is selling his ass off on this match also.
So when
This pissed me off for a long time. Time. Until I heard it was Randy's idea.
I think of the pages that he probably wrote out
Yes.
for the show. and how much Warrior did or didn't accept it. And I'm guessing he probably did.
Yeah. Here's the thing, because Warrior's a big, strong guy. Randy's borderline insane.
Mm-hmm.
He will claw your eyes out.
Yep.
So I'm going to play
also,
Go ahead.
I do feel like it's our obligation to remind everyone that Miss Elizabeth's from the great state of Kentucky.
Yes.
I'm going to play. I don't know if you heard this on my previous show, but when Randy was inducted at WrestleMania 31, 10 years earlier, Wade Keller was talking to Lanny Poffo and saved the best question for last.
The final email question we have here, Lanny, is from Efren from Phoenix.
This is 2011.
I figure you will be the one who inaugurates Randy into the WWE Hall of Fame if that happens. Are you upset it's taken so long? We kind of talked about that earlier. But and he also says, who do you think, or what do you think you will say when you read your speech?
Well, let's put it this way. If I were to give a speech like that, which I hope I get to do, I would give the best speech that I could give, and it won't be good enough because what the people want is not what I have to give. What the people want is that this for not to be a posthumous award, but for Randy to give the speech. He's the best. He's the one, and he should have given it. So whatever I give, as good as it is, it won't be enough.
Will it be in the form of poetry, at least partially?
You know it will.
Yeah.
I just think that's the coolest thing.
Can we let's dig into this a little bit,
dude?
Because Macho Man, he's 1A. Mick Foley's 1B for me all time.
Really?
Yeah. So why? What is the reason Randy's never allowed back?
Wanted to fuck Stephanie.
I don't know.
I'm just joking. I don't think
no, the more I felt
get
like
it, Liz. Get it, Liz.
Dude,
sorry,
well,
Liz.
Laney said he took the Nacho Man and Billionaire Ted thing very seriously because he was self-conscious about his bald spot and all that stuff. They took, they accentuated it.
That would not be enough to keep you out for so long.
That's what I'm wondering. What is the reason? Why didn't Macho Man come back?
I think there were hard feelings when he left. Flat out.
I think where there's
but that hard feelings thing doesn't, even if that's true, doesn't really jive to what we know of Vince McMahon.
It took
look at what happened with Bret Hart after the Montreal.
It took him 13 years. Savage had died by then.
It took him 13 years to make complete peace with the Montreal screw job. But Bret Hart's even said that around the time he had his stroke, 2000, 2001, Vince McMahon was one of the first people to reach out to him. And he went into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2006.
Yeah. But
in no way.
Let's put this in context. Bret Hart was double-crossed in front of the world on pay-per-view. Randy Savage signed with another company. That's not nearly the same thing.
I just think Randy, everyone said Randy's an intense guy, so he probably held on to shit.
He held on to that, and Vince also held on to when he found out Randy was leaving. Randy couldn't tell him straight up. He had to go get drunk and leave him a garbled, nonsensical voicemail message to say he was leaving. So Vince probably held on to that for a good 5, 6, 7 years. Add the WCW stuff on top of that.
You're right. You know damn well that when he did those Billionaire Teds, he was taking shots. He was.
He absolutely was.
Oh, Laney
because
even
he knew
said
exactly what buttons to go for. Like there was no, I'm just going to make fun. He knew exactly which things would offend them personally the most. And that's what those skits centered around. And so when you know that someone knows exactly what you are conscious of and what you are self-conscious about, and that's your Achilles heel, and they exploit it on national television as a joke.
Yeah.
Not
No,
to take away from that, but he did the same style of thing in those skits to Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan came back.
Hulk Hogan is not the same
Hulk
guy
Hogan
as Randy
is not
Savage.
the same. Hulk understands more that it's a business, and yeah,
Right.
I get it.
And
Randy
to that
took
point
that
too, Hall
so
and Nash
personally.
both did similar things when they left. They didn't get drunk and leave Vince McMahon a voicemail because they couldn't stand the thought of dealing with him face to face. But
can
they
we
basically
just see the people in the audience crying right now?
Mm-hmm.
That would not happen today.
There's
Yes,
two
Efren,
things
please.
about this. Is that not only the tears, but the photography here of the cameras. If you notice, there's a wide shot, and you could tell the camera guy is crouching in the ring, and then he's going to stand up. Myrtle Maples, you can tell, is not next to Trump. I don't know who the feet seller.
Count
Seat
Dracula.
filler is, one, suck your blood.
One.
The thing about it is,
this woman here is
she's losing her shit.
Mess.
Yeah. Now, Brandy, does your mascara run if you were at this? How does
Brandy,
my mascara would I would look like
Would
a
you?
raccoon.
No.
Well, wait.
Let me
Wait.
interrupt you before this. His music's playing. I'm in the phone booth. I don't have a clue what the hell's going on. After Warriors music played, and now Pump and Circle. Oh, what the hell's going on? Did you hit record?
How many boxes of Twisty Bread did you get from Little Caesars?
I can see Brandy like painted up like Chelsea Green, the hot mess. And then
Hot mess, exactly.
Look at Liz's earrings. They match her outfit.
They do. Of course they do.
This is one of the all-time feel-good moments of wrestling, no doubt. I think what's most depressing about this is knowing in real life they're nearing divorce.
Yeah.
Which is terrible. If they weren't already separate, they might all have been separated.
If Elizabeth was walking down the aisle, Pat was within 3 inches of her.
Yeah.
Remember at WrestleMania 4?
Such good
or 5?
photography.
He was like this walking down.
I would say the one thing,
please,
I would have loved to have had and never got the chance was to listen to Randy Savage get inducted in the Hall of Fame. And I think to put a cap on our previous conversation, I think what it boils down to is two men's pride.
Absolutely.
Vince thought Randy was put out to pasture. He clearly was not, because he had several good years left. And Randy wanted to stick it up Vince's ass over the billionaire Ted stuff.
Absolutely.
I think the Stephanie thing is just asinine. Whoever started that's an idiot. But I think it's pride.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's why I love that jacket so much, because you know what? I'm grabbing it.
Now that I've watched 4 through 7 or 4 through 6, at 5 he wears the same suit but it's blue instead of red. Eric wore an eerily similar suit when he got inducted in the Hall of Fame.
And look at that Rolex. Look, Gorilla's Rolex is,
and his big diamond pinky ring.
His Rolex has made Bobby Heenan silent. Stunned.
Efren, I will say, if we're gonna do fashion police here, I have a pair of Aldo high tops. Do we lose him?
No, I'm here.
Oh no!
I thought fashion. I meant fashion police. Is he here?
Oh
I
I have a pair of Aldo high tops. Dead.
Aldo Montoya.
Let me interrupt you.
The squared circle, knowing that you've got the woman you love and the woman who loves you. I'd rather have some money than a skirt. What a heartless individual you are.
The walk-off.
That's all Bobby Heenan did was walk-offs.
Oh, exactly. God, Bobby, if you're watching, if you're listening, we miss you.
By the way, Efren, few things especially when I live by Say by the Pod, when I listen to Say by the Pod, we'll get more into that here in a bit. A few things make me more happy than when I can tell you've lost control of your laughter. When I hear just a one-tone burst of high pitch, I just get instantly
worse as I get older.
I just get so well. See, you're the opposite. You get the one pitch high frequency burst. I wheeze now. I do that.
I do. As I'm watching this, I do wonder something. When Regis Philbin would participate live on camera during the WWF events, do you think they told him what they were going to do? Or they're like,
yes.
The Undertaker's just going to stand here and measure you for a box. We just want you to roll with it.
No, he knew.
In a box. Come on.
He did it again. He did it again.
Can I measure a box?
Oh, man.
It's the first time I've actually paid attention to that promo, because normally when that comes on, I just walk off and get a drink or something. But the Undertaker's measuring him like they want to put him in a coffin.
And Efren right now is Supermaning it out of the freaking phone booth. Like demolition. But man,
so there's a new show I'm getting ready to start, and we'll talk more about that here in later. But in my notes for that show, we discuss the Demolition LOD feud that shit the bed here in a couple months after this. And it made me think of a question. Does it go differently if it's Axe and not Crush?
Yes.
Absolutely.
When you're the replacement.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's what I think it was. Even though Bill Eadie, who I think he was 46 here, he still acts like he's still Demolition. Actually, Axe is not around much longer after this,
right?
But yeah, I think so too. I think if it's Smash and Axe instead of Smash and Crush, it goes much differently because the Demolition LOD feud fell on its ass.
So here we go with the most
Is this
racist
the
WrestleMania promo ever?
Wait, is this the Pizza Hut or Pizza Hut?
Tenru and
oh my God!
Gentlemen,
Oh
welcome
God!
to America and welcome to WrestleMania. And how do you feel about today? You got a game plan that you can tell us about? And any kind of strategy that you'd like to discuss with us right now? Have I been had again? Or I don't believe this. Let's see. You speak any Ingliso?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
Anything?
God.
Nothing at all. We think here.
I'm bringing the cock out so you can be
Toyota.
Oh my God.
Good.
He just said Toyota.
You hear this? I'm on a roll now. Isuzu.
Oh my God.
Suzuki's not even
Yeah,
ejected.
that break through to these guys.
Suzuki.
Columbia Pictures.
Jesus Christ.
Big conference going on. What do they say?
Henry's probably I'm gonna rip this guy's nose off his.
No. Regis. No.
How?
Kathy Lee at home. Regis here, WrestleMania. You Tenru. You Katao. He Regis.
Brutal.
Effing terrible.
How the hell did that not get taken out?
So that happens now.
It
That's
will
the thing.
though on Peacock.
I'm watching it on Peacock, and that definitely just happened.
And soon after this, who is it? Tenru's the one who goes bonkers on Andre, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth noting that Mr. Fuji would have fit so much better with those two.
I never thought I'd be impressed by another man's snake.
Well, I was going to say the heroes of wrestling. I was thinking of him.
What the hell is that kid holding on to?
Speaking of kids, I'm about to murder 3 of them.
Wow!
Shut up! Dipping his nachos in ketchup.
Are you gonna drop the leg?
I'm gonna drop my fat ass. You guys, be quiet.
That's kind of the implied.
I'll
Hey,
be back.
by the way, the guy with the nachos, ninja, rap, ninja. Ninja, rep, go ninja, go.
So Frank's about to go to prison.
Go, baby, go.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's fun.
Hey,
So
you
this
guys,
music starts playing with this high screeching thing. No demolition music.
yeah, it's probably best Frank's not here. If he,
Yeah, he would get mad
but
about that.
he'd go John Bonet. Yeah.
Well, I
What
just
is
watched
this
5.
music?
I just watched 5 and they had Demolitions music.
But they don't
But
have Demolitions music for 7.
Right. This is the music they played in the arena.
Oh, you're saying they changed their song?
Right. They changed the song.
Oh,
I said they're
I
done.
mean,
They're
that
done.
makes
Yes.
sense because in the song they say, "Here comes the axe, here comes the smasher."
Very
Mm,
true.
We're
good call.
Demolition.
Very
Wanting
true.
disaster.
Good call.
They've got a Jacob's ladder.
That's why we have Henry on
What?
the show. That's why he's here. What did you say? Jacob's ladder?
What?
Huey?
No,
Wait a minute, this is a
No.
ladder match?
it's not. Henry,
Oh,
we need to turn you on to Urban Dictionary and Jacob's ladder.
Nope.
Nope.
Jacob's ladder
Oh God.
Oh, he did it.
is a 1990 American psychological horror film. Oh no, wait, that's not Urban Dictionary. That's
You're gonna see.
Wikipedia.
You're gonna see random sign. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that one's allowed in. Okay, and then they just show Asian people. Okay. Yay.
What was the thing we introduced Henry to that invoked the now famous reaction all those episodes ago? I can't remember what it was.
It wasn't a Cincinnati bow tie.
Was it Blumpkin?
Mm.
I don't know what made me think of that, but
Oh, by the way, those seats are now gone. Like,
there's a lot of people gone now from there.
yeah.
What was Mission with Crush?
I don't know why
I
you'd
was
wanna do
so
that to
into Crush.
yourself, but
Okay.
I was so
tell
into
me about
Crush.
that.
About Crush? When he came back as the Hawaiian Crush, like the big happy blonde mullet guy,
Shaka.
I was
Brah.
shaka, bro. I was so into Crush as a kid, and I don't know why.
His finisher was awesome.
There
The
just wasn't like
Vice.
Just that
I didn't ever like I wanted to like Crush, but there is just something was missing, that extra
Did you not have a crush on Crush?
I did not have a crush
My-
on Crush.
my
My
wrestling
crush from about 1994 onward till about, I don't know, 2021 has been Shawn Michaels.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
So
What about so I noticed when I came back that you were on mute and your camera was off. Did Mark Nelson call you?
no, I had to go get a drink.
Okay.
Heavens.
I was thirsty.
Well, usually Mark Nelson has the timing of a fucking flea, and he fucking calls you like, and
there's
then gets
multiple meanings for Jacob's ladder. Which one am I looking for?
Oh my
Huey
god!
Lewis
Oh
one.
my god!
Did you say Huey Lewis?
Yes. What? What's wrong with that?
All of this is making me laugh right now. A
So-
lot just happened.
That fire
Excuse
is
me.
up from her nap though.
It wasn't Tenru. It was Katao. Katao fought Earthquake and got into a shoot fight. And
That's
then,
right.
And then, yeah, I said Andre, and then said wrestling is fake, and then got kicked out of the organization. And Mr. Tenta was not happy.
Well, what was funny was if you go back and watch the video, he tries to go legit
Right.
with Tenta in the ring, and you can tell Tenta ain't having it.
He is not. He's like, what are you doing?
And then Katao's like, oh shit, this guy's bona fide, and then leaves and yells all of his stupid shit outside the ring. John Tenta's in the ring just like, come back in here, friend. We ain't done yet. Tenta was going to whip the shit out of him.
When was this? Was this on a
93?
How do you know these years?
Wait.
He's a
Was this in
genius.
Japan?
Yeah.
called?
90 or
Which,
April,
which
no,
of
it
these,
was April
which of these
91.
Asian gentlemen
there
is
was that long
Kitao
ago,
again?
91.
So it's happens later this month.
Tenru's in the ring.
That was horrible.
Kitao is outside the ring.
All right. Now, I did want to tell you that I believe later on in this year, Smash decides he's going to start repossessing things.
Yes.
He does.
Because what's yours is mine, what's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine too.
That's a very
Yeah,
very good impression.
don't Creamy. Do not give away what we have debuting Monday.
I read a tweet the other
Which
day that
Creamy?
said the Repo Man
I'm
is
Creamy.
a babyface
I'm
gimmick
Mrs. Creamy.
because he was just doing his job, which made me laugh a lot.
You want to do what job to what? Who what now?
So anyway,
Why are we doing Jacob's Ladder with each other?
No,
oh,
no,
Lord.
Jacob's
no,
That
no,
was the famous
no,
Louis
Frank,
song.
Frank, Frank. I was going to ask you this. You can get a Prince Albert
Oh
No.
Lord.
piercing. Now hold on. For any 4 box seats and or ringside, doesn't matter what it is, hard camera or
I'm
not.
listening.
So Prince Albert or 2 tickets for every Jacob's Ladder that they put in you for the next
First of all,
how many inches WrestleMania?
what is a Jacob's Ladder?
Inches of WrestleMania.
Thank you, Frank. What is the Jacob's Ladder?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's
When I went-
it's the bars that would go through the
It's a ladder of pee-pee rings.
Got you.
yes.
Oh,
Thank
okay. Here's the
you.
thing. Here's
So
the
it's
thing.
not
First
the
of all,
sex position one.
oh my Lord. Real quick.
Does anybody want to know what that?
Oh my goodness.
No.
Yes,
no,
I
no,
do. I do.
I want to answer Carl's question before I vomit. I would take a Prince Albert, but don't you have to have a hard on to get one of those?
No.
Not if they're massaging you and you pay for it off of Prodigy back in the 90s when you first moved out to Phoenix.
Prodigy.
Or if you get rich and pull a Robert Kraft.
Or on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now what
I
is
just
a
sent you-
Jacob's Ladder?
I
Well,
just
there's
told you.
several definitions.
Well, there's a sex position called a Jacob's
there is
Ladder.
a sex
No,
position that's
we're
called
not getting into
Jacob's
that.
Ladder.
Damn it,
So-
I
TJ.
sent
Yes,
you
we
the-
are.
I sent you the Urban Dictionary link, and you can scroll through the different meanings.
Carl, do not drive this narrative.
He's gonna
Do
blurt it out.
not.
So,
So-
anyway, 8 days after this, Tenta has this thing with Kitao. Only 8 days. Okay, I'm done.
8
Jacob's
days.
Ladder for one pay-per-view.
Now, see, that blue strap would have gone perfectly with Mr. Perfect's singlet.
Is he wearing the Confederate flag here?
He
Still?
is.
He did always until he became SWAT guy.
Mm.
Ugh.
Mm.
It's unfortunate.
Lord.
And he's got a
He did
tattoo on
the-
his arm.
Well, he's got at one point it was the Georgia flag, which is half Confederate.
Correct.
Rodney King reference.
Humanoids in sunny California, Los Angeles to be exact. And you've probably been reading in the papers and everybody's been seeing on TV. This is the home of the great LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department. And you've all seen what transpired out here about how some little ham and egger was hiding in the bushes with his little home video camera. And he happened upon this incident and took the pictures of it. Well, I've got a treat.
Wasn't a fan of that joke.
No.
Oh, Bobby.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I know what he's trying to do.
How
but
did that
damn.
not get edited out of here?
Uh,
That's slightly worse than what Regis Philbin was doing to that tag
Slightly
team.
worse.
Slightly worse.
I mean, some
my
ham and egger coming out of the bushes.
No, I'm watching Frank's reaction to reading the definitions of Jacob's Ladder.
Well, there's
Urban
also one.
Dictionary.
There's also one here called Deja Goo.
Oh, can we stop, please?
Um,
This is a professional show I'm running
It is?
for 2 more weeks.
Okay.
So can I just explain to you what a Jacob's Ladder is?
No.
Frank. Deja Goo
Wait.
is our cover band for Kaja Goo Goo. You shy, hush hush.
Frank, we'll tell Carl what
do.
it is after we're done recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lord.
This is why Carl Mendick's on the show. That song will never
Now that
come
song
up
is stuck in
ever
my
again.
head.
But Carl brought it up.
Is that Kaja Goo Goo? Is it?
Yes,
I don't
that
know.
is
It is
Kaja
now.
Yeah.
It is now.
Shy,
To
shy,
finish your
hush,
gonna
hush,
start
your
a
previous
band.
weird question. What's your weird band name first, Frank?
I want to bang you. Sorry.
I want to bang your ma.
Oh.
I want to bang Yo-Yo Ma.
I want to bang
yes,
you.
Only if you'll teach me how to
But
play cello.
I took a syllable out of it because I replaced one of the syllables. Anyway, so
A syllable. All right. Go ahead.
Prince Albert for a show. I'm intrigued.
Ooh.
I'm intrigued by this.
Uh-oh.
You want to
So
talk about Prince Albert for a show?
If I get Prince Albert, but I get to go back and watch any show I want, box seats. Right?
Yeah.
Is that the premise?
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me, man, this is tough because it's like 3 shows for me.
I can't.
WrestleMania 3's up there.
Yeah.
Way up
Punk,
there.
Punk Money in the Bank.
6 is up there.
That would be the
no,
one.
I'm sorry,
That
not
would be
6,
the one.
5. 5's up there for me.
Ooh, yep, 5 would be there too.
12.
26 for me.
Do I want to sit there for an hour for Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart? Absolutely.
Really?
I have
Money in the
Yes.
Bank is
Wasn't
good.
that great?
Punk Money in the Bank's good.
I'm one of the
Yeah.
5 people in the world that still loves that match, and it's my favorite match of all time.
I love it just because Sean won the title that night.
I like it. I mean, I enjoy it. I wouldn't say
Can
it's
we-
like on my top 10.
Can we say that belt is one of the best belts in the business?
I could say it's the best.
Okay, hold on a second.
Efren, what was the last WrestleMania you attended?
He's absolutely
26.
right. This is the best belt in the business.
I'm pretty sure Frank's going to get his also, so you guys could show how big your cocks are.
You just
Right,
finished telling us that this was a professional show, and now you want to see my penis.
I
Now,
make
this-
the rules.
This is the
I make the
greatest
rules.
belt in the history of belts.
I'm
Right,
gonna
When
go
Mr.
with-
Perfect
Jacob's
was the
Ladder.
Intercontinental Champion, the strap should have been this color.
Right here, baby. What is that?
Huey Lewis is underrated.
Step by step. One by one.
What? This is on an episode of Saved by the Pod, wasn't it?
Yes. Step.
Yes.
What, you think I get all these audio things from like random?
He just says yes and keeps singing.
Climbing and climbing.
I met Huey Lewis,
Chewy.
Power of love.
and I will not lie. All those rumors about him and his knee knocker, very true.
Okay, and how do you know that?
I'm sorry. Did you?
Yeah, I'm
say-
just telling you. I got my picture.
Sure, I'll
and
take
me-
another martini. Thanks, Huey. A double? I'm fine with it. Oh, that's
the-
interesting.
Let me
I'll
stir
do
it with my knee knocker.
I've been face down in a couch at an AEW pay-per-view event. Why not?
Hey Huey, can I get a whiskey in a handful glass? I mean, I'm sorry, not handful. I meant highball, not handful. My bad.
By the way, this is Bobby
bicep.
leading up to this match when Bossman would when Heenan would insult Bossman's mom, and Bobby would look at him with his pen.
Mhm.
That's another one. Write it down. He was like gonna keep it
But
up.
now we're
I
not
just-
going to
I
see
just thought of it.
Perfect Singlet come off.
No,
Are we?
no. I thought it was SummerSlam.
Can we talk about the fact that everybody out there right now is dead?
Fact.
The referee, the two
I just-
talents, and the manager.
As Brandy says, "Oh my God, Joey!"
I just thought of it. Prince
Joey.
Albert. Prince Albert,
Okay.
Royal Rumble 2000.
Oh, that's your match, TJ. That's your
That
match.
is my match. That's why I'm picking that one.
Oh.
I got to see Cactus
think-
and Triple H in the street fight.
I think for me, it would boil down to one of three, and I think you're all going to be a bit surprised by what I pick. It would have to be WrestleMania 14, Starrcade 1997, or Invasion 2001.
Oh. Okay.
Stop it.
Stop it.
One
You
of
wanna
my favorite
envision-
matches
you wanna
from
watch the
2001
train wreck?
is the street fight. Wait, which train wreck? You got to
all of them.
At Invasion 2001.
Here's my imitation
One
of
of my
everyone after
most
Invasion.
favorite matches, and I feel that it's very underrated, is the referee match where Earl Hebner beats the shit out of Nick
Oh
Patrick.
Now,
It's
I
one of
really
my
thought you were
favorite
gonna
matches.
say. I thought you were gonna say RVD versus Jeff Hardy.
That's not a
'Cause
bad match either.
That's a damn good match. But you just said the ref match.
Yeah.
Oh my
Kind
god.
of like Frank's favorite match of SummerSlam 97's DOA versus the Los Boricuas.
Hey, do you know what's funny?
Boricuas.
I was gonna roll up to your.
To
I
this
actually-
day.
I have the DOA theme music. Or
I
no,
know you do.
I have the Los Boricuas theme music. I was gonna roll. up
You
to
have
your
their
house
tattoos
playing
also.
that.
I've seen them now.
I was gonna. You did not. When were you looking at my ass?
Probably about
all
the
the
same
time.
time as
And
Camera Crew
Carl
broke
was
into my
looking at
house.
Huey's front, apparently.
Yeah.
I was gonna roll up to your house with a.
But no, Frank. Actually, none of that happened.
No,
we didn't roll up to that.
Oh,
No, you
I pulled my hamstring carrying the heaviest
Hold on.
effing. So, okay, TJ, you set it up. You set it up. You set it
Let me
up.
pull a Jacques Rougeau here and call timeout. So, sitting in my basement about an hour before night one of WrestleMania, I just got off work, got out of the shower, got the man cave ready for them to come. Frank calls me.
The what? Okay, go ahead.
Man cave coming.
No, that wasn't the word. Come was
Okay.
the word. Go ahead.
Come.
With the U.
So, so Frank calls me and he said, "We need you to get outside." I'm instantly irritated because where am I sitting? In this chair, and it's very comfortable. So I had to get up.
Yeah, I know.
And I go, I go outside. So Frank and Carl have seen me walk. So to be fair,
I haven't.
And-
Go ahead.
not yet, but I come outside. Frank's passenger door's open, and he starts blasting Seth Rollins' theme music. Now, mind you, I live like I have neighbors around me. It's the middle of the day, and I don't know why. Carl's about 4 city blocks away from my house, and he's sprinting down the sidewalk with his belt over his head, screaming, "It's the heist of the century," with his pants falling down because
I believe that.
the irony is that he's got a belt above his head, but not in his pants. So it's just pants everywhere. And I'm just standing at my doorstep like 5 minutes ago, I'd never seen these people in person. Now Carl's about to pull an indecent exposure in my neighborhood.
Love that movie.
And Frank's just being
She's not for sale, isn't she?
What the hell is that guy's name?
I've never looked more serious
ever
at Frank
said.
in my life. In my life, I go, put on the Rollins theme. He's
He
like,
did too, and I
"Whoa,
was like,
dude!"
all right,
yeah,
okay.
you're like, "You
But-
good?" And I'm like,
For
"Oh,
context,
good."
this is the belt that
And it
Carl
is
was
pretty.
running over his head around my city
Yeah,
block.
because it
Would
couldn't
not-
be any smaller, right?
It's really heavy.
It
is
is-
really. It's like
What she
20
said.
pounds.
No joke. That belt is 17 to 20 pounds because we had Frank and I both in Mike's basement. We had the
Mike Cole.
and the 10 pounds of gold, and the other one it was
I have
like
9.5 pounds of gold right here. Go
No,
ahead.
you have 9.5 inches of gold.
oh
Not
that's
to be confused with Mike's butthole. Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead. DJ.
I'm still getting a lot of magazines from Mike. It's my condo, by the way.
You are not. Are you
Yes,
still getting
you
like?
are. He
Are you
got
getting
you
Out
a year
magazine still?
subscription to Out magazine.
Out.
I'm gonna find a way, just so you guys know. I'm gonna find a way. Take a picture of this.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm just getting a lot of magazines to the condo. Buddy does not need to be looking at them. It's just not.
I want to know. I want to know.
I'll be your buddy. I'll come look at them. By the way, does this remind you of you and Huey having martinis?
Dude, I love Huey Lewis.
There's my
Oh,
boy.
speaking of Andre.
There's my boy.
Oh,
speaking of things that hit you in the left cheek.
Carl sitting in a bar stool, Huey standing next to him. Hey, can I talk to you about something? Ha!
Bobby's reaction right here. It's a great moment. We have not seen him in a year since 6.
And they bought him out from Herb Abrams.
Right. Right. And you just know he's almost done, man. He's a shell of himself here.
So sad.
So this is
You can tell at 5.
Right. This is a little goodbye because you know he's probably not. I know he's probably not going to be back.
He's got what, 3 more years, 2.5 years?
Because
94?
and the big thing is he's not in a match.
No, 93,
Right.
January 93.
He is not.
Yeah.
This is his last WrestleMania.
So my sister,
He's at SummerSlam '91, but I think that's it. After
right?
that.
My sister watched the Andre documentary on HBO, which was Bill Simmons did a hell of a job putting that together. And when she found out that his farm was in North Carolina, she lives like 2 hours away from there.
That's crazy.
So she watches the documentary. She called me. She's like, "We have to go." I go, "What?" I just watched the Honor documentary. I saw his farm. It's like 2 hours away. We can go. We have to go. I'm like, Erica, like, do you think they? And I'm sure they're gonna get this all the time now.
Like it's a wine, like it's a Napa tour or something, right?
It's knock on the door. Hi, you don't know us. We heard Andre lived here. Can we look around? They're gonna shoot us.
Love it.
Okay, I have an offshoot on that. I was in San Francisco last weekend. We went to the Full House house.
You did not.
We went to the Full House house.
Danny Tanner.
And the gate is locked in front of the house. And there's a sign that is attached to the gate that says, "This is a private residence. No trespassing."
You went to the Painted Ladies.
Now, do you go to the Hill too, where it's like, it's not the Tenderloin district, it's
Tenderloin district.
it's the but the crest, there's a park.
Yeah,
right
what they're running through.
Yeah,
they're so far apart. When I was there, I wanted to go to the Painted Ladies and the park.
We didn't go there.
The
no.
park's
the
like
the
3
park
miles
is the
away.
best. Yeah.
By the way, Brandy, there is a way to get around that lock. It's kind of become urban legend. I don't know if you heard of it. All you have to do is walk up to it and cut it out.
Oh, Dave Coulier.
You got me.
Heidi ho, neighborino.
You guys don't like
Right, you
Dave
did.
Coulier?
Good Lord.
Gibbler. Hey,
Atlantis is going to write a song about you next.
Yeah.
I'm really upset. I wrote a Dave Coulier joke and you guys didn't laugh at it.
I did.
Correct.
I loved it.
Correct. I thought it was clever.
If
I'll just go back
you go off screen, you come back with a beaver ventriloquist. Would Hulk Hogan have
My wife's
eaten-
asleep.
Oh.
Oh my.
This is
boy.
Joey's only match here.
Oh my god.
Is it really?
Oh wow.
He trips over the...
I
By the
don't
way-
understand why Hebner took over. Joey was a
Bossman's
fine
super
referee.
slim here.
Yes.
Joey was fabulous.
So fabulous.
No, it's
Mutton chops, yes or no, guys? Mutton chops.
On
yes
Andre,
or no?
on Andre, yes.
I look good.
Anyone
Mutton
else? No.
chops.
Hey, raise my.
Norm, I'm going to be the guardian angel.
He's tired.
Me
We go sleep
drink
now.
right? Wow, they're
How
about
scared-
they're about to Huey Lewis and Mandic right there, huh?
How scared is Boss Man during this whole thing?
If this is it,
Make I can't.
go to the kiss cam.
Man.
By the way, big Boss Man when I was 6 years old, 100% in.
Oh
Absolutely.
Boss Man was my guy.
Great
Met him at
figure.
Met him
Blumkin
at
was
the
your guy.
meeting. What?
Blumkin was his guy. That's what he just said.
Met
Boss
Boss
Man.
Man at the
I
meet and
know.
greet at the WrestleMania 17 official meet and greet. He was very kind, very nice.
See, that's the thing is he gets looked upon badly now because of the Confederate flag on the sleeve, and he's got a tattoo on his arm too. But from all I've heard, everything I've heard, that if that Boss Man character existed now, it would not. So
I think
would
it'd
not-
be
it would
over.
not
I think
what?
it'd be hugely over minus the flag.
right, yeah.
Efren,
Yeah.
is it tough to,
God, I love those
and I
kids.
mean this just very seriously, from the moments you've seen live, 7, 9, I mean, going through this, and not like name dropping, but is it almost? Oh boy! Why?
Hey, boy.
We're just gonna keep going. Chuck Norris in the background there, wearing a 4-tone shirt.
Looks like Phil Sims in a
love
wig.
you all.
That is Chuck Norris.
He gets interviewed right here.
How did
WrestleMania.
Donald
It's
Trump's
absolutely
bodyguards
fabulous.
manage to
It's
shoot
so
Chuck
fabulous.
Norris?
But is it tough
That
to
looks like Phil
encompass?
Sims in a wig behind Gene.
Oh yeah. Well, it looks like
Hey guys, I just
Shivani,
won the Super Bowl.
Henry
I'm going to
Winkler.
WrestleMania.
That is Chuck Norris.
Everything's just fabulous. Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Is
dog.
that Lou
Fabulous.
Ferrigno?
Yes, he gets interviewed too.
Efren definitely said all this earlier.
Oh,
It's Fonzie.
Yes, he said. I remember him saying Lou Ferrigno and Henry
Hiya!
Winkler.
But no, is it at times tough to take in? Like, oh my gosh, I've seen Andre, I've seen The Rock or Joey Morella. I mean, like, I don't know. I take mental snapshots whenever I'm at an event, and for you to see what you've seen, is it ever too much where it's like, I don't know, almost overwhelming in a way?
Never overwhelming, but I don't think I let myself go there. The stars don't hurt me as much as the foundation of people. Gorilla, Howard. I mean, hearing Howard, we when we talked about WrestleMania 31, I think Howard only had 2 or 3 more appearances and 1 more live, and he was done. Gorilla, because seeing Gorilla or Howard in person was a huge deal back then. You knew that the event was important. And especially if both were there, because Gorilla would do the, Nesson and Sports Vision LA with Superstar and stuff. But if Howard was there, it was a big deal. And no one can beat Howard, man. Not even Michael Buffer.
No,
Hold on, Henry. Go ahead and finish, Efren. But
who is great in his own, in boxing, but he's not Howard. No one's Howard. So it was
Frank
a big
was
deal.
just at my house. Frank was just at my house for a weekend. I called him Henry again. Henry, go ahead.
You mean Frank or Henry? I'm so that's something to say. Go Henry.
I mean Henry, because he had his hand up like an 8-year-old that needed to pee. So
when they were doing the thing with the celebrities, Did they give Donald Trump a cryon that told us who he was, like they did Chuck Norris and Lou Ferrigno?
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
Because they didn't for Fonzie, and that bothers me.
I thought he said crayon for a minute. Which
Henry,
Donald Trump probably deserves a crayon. Ooh, should I keep that in the show?
Henry, one of the nice people in Hollywood. This match I don't understand at all. I don't understand at all.
So real quick, going back to the Howard conversation. Also, Carl, you said that you take mental pictures when you go to the events. Now, do you do said mental picture like Jim and Pam do?
Yeah. I do. I mean, because WrestleMania is I've only been there with, I mean, like polar opposites. My brother, which was like ultra PG, and New Orleans, which was debauchery at its finest. But it was so much, but both, that's why I encourage people to go. Dallas next year is going to be very spread out. Arlington is far. LA, and Efren, I'm very excited to hear what you have to think about having a WrestleMania in a $5 billion stadium, kind of bringing it full circle from 7. But those mental images of being with friends or your family, it's something you both enjoy. They don't compare to what I can capture on this.
Well, I've never been with like a real friend to WrestleMania. I think that'd be fabulous.
Can I volunteer?
I went with someone.
What I'm saying is you're gonna join our group for either Dallas or Los Angeles, and
it's not the same anymore, man. It's a corporate thing.
All right, I gotta put a bow on the Howard thing real quick. See, one of the cool things about living in the Northeast is that even at a house show,
Earthquake just won. If you were not paying attention,
I wasn't.
So real quick. So no, I wasn't either.
I know no one was.
So living in the Northeast,
the people in the audience were not paying attention to this match.
Even Howard Finkel would come to house shows, and he would be your announcer for house shows. And I had the privilege of in '96 and '99, a bunch of them. But what I will
in Hartford, Connecticut.
Well, so one of the coolest things to hear for a wrestling fan was in that Howard voice. He'd come out to the ring, everyone would cheer him. Good evening, Providence, and you just that. I mean, that's Howard Finkel, and I goosebumps. Just I was lucky enough to have heard that.
Were you ever there for a Howard Finkel pay-per-view intro?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Backlash, Providence. Yeah. Backlash 99.
Because he would say,
what's that?
What town was that?
That would be Providence, Rhode Island.
Ron.
Yes.
Does anyone?
Can we
Henry,
please
can you
not
show me
get
that
him
on a map?
started?
I don't know where that is. Can you show me on a map?
I'm telling you.
Here's my map, TJ.
I know exactly where that place is.
So
he'd come in and he wouldn't be waiting in the, he would come out and bam, right. Good evening. And in just a few moments, we want you. Yes, you great people of Los Angeles, to give cheers so the whole world wishes they were here with you at WrestleMania in 60 seconds. And that was it.
I know. It's like, yeah, it's
that
just
was
goosebumps.
It, boy. You were there. No one else was. And Howard made sure that you wanted everyone. You can't. Please, someone find me that video of a Howard intro, because I can't find it anywhere.
I can remember And Brandon could probably attest to this. I think this is one of the few WrestleManias. 19 was one of the few ones they did the attendance right out of the gate.
Yep.
53,000. Yeah, and of course it was Fink, and he did the whole show, and just, I mean, when you listen to it on TV, God, I've been watching for 14 years by then. When you're watching all these shows on TV and you hear Howard Finkel's voice, and of course, by then as a wrestling fan, I'd grown to respect Howard, and his voice meant the big time when you heard it. And then to be in person and hear it and know that when he gives the attendance number, you're one of them. It's mind blowing. Like you can't fully wrap it around your head at the time.
You get a very small preview of a Howard intro in the WrestleMania VI intro.
You hear him counting down from
You hear
5.
him counting down, and they've deleted it now from the network, but you can still hear it every now.
That was the
only time you do.
I feel the need to segue for just a second because
hold on, before you do, I want to put a bow on this.
Go ahead.
If anyone feels the need to see the WrestleMania 19 attendance number reveal, which you should, be on the lookout. These two kids in the red shirt, I'm that one. I'm Big Evil with the Hulkamania finger. That is during the crowd size reveal at the show. That is me, 18-year-old me that day.
Love it. Now you were up front, right? You were row 1 at a certain place.
No, I was. So they have, was it the 10 rows that has the chairs you can take home?
Yeah.
I was 4 rows behind that.
Yep.
And I want to say it's, so my cousin Dave and I were there. We would take turns for the entrances because we were also like 8 rows away from the ramp. Mm-hmm. So like my cousin, and actually this is a great story. I'll save it though for the 19 episode. But Jericho comes out. I'm pretty sure you can see me up against the ramp. So yes, that one, like we're centered deadpan, like they were shooting us on purpose. But I mean, I'm on that show a couple different times for entrances because I'm standing up against the rail.
Because the ramp is coming. The ramp is coming this way on the screen to the ring. So he's sitting like kitty corner. Yeah. I'm more towards the center. So he's to my right because I am opposite hard cam. I'm sitting because hard cam sign is the other side. And I'm sitting straight across from the ring about 18 rows back.
Hey, Virgil won a match.
I was going to say this actual
and
segment,
his balls are in his pants.
Are this remains is the highest rated right now on Peacock, simply for the foot toe cracking, and the highest downloader is Rex Ryan.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my Lord!
Hey,
have mercy.
by the way, this
Bravo,
day,
Carl. Bravo.
rewind wrestling time, 1994, Spring Stampede from the Rosemont Horizon, your dark match. Danny Bonaducci defeated Christopher Knight.
Oh,
what?
That's right.
I'm going to say that one more time.
Every time WCW went to Chicago, they had to do some dumb shit.
They had to get Mancow. What the? Oh God, it went black. I get. Not Virgil.
You told me. Get up. Sorry,
Carl. Your timing is impeccable, sir.
It went.
I
but
know
anyways,
stop.
Yeah.
You're making it
yeah. Could we just get Bruno to go Tracy Morgan. Straight up. Let me see that lactation station. Hey, what you doing, girl? Hey.
I would slap that ass and ride the wave in.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Straight up.
Also,
You ever
Ted
seen this?
DiBiase.
You ever seen this movement? It's gonna be you later, girl.
Ted DiBiase, me at 6 years old, 100% in.
All day.
Yeah.
Love Ted DiBiase.
Do you
know what?
remember the Royal Rumble when Virgil crowns him? The water balloon that hits DiBiase in the back during, and security goes bonkers, like trying to find who it was.
No.
DiBiase never moves.
How did I miss this in my life?
Rumble 91 you're talking about?
Yep.
I'm going to have to rewatch it now.
He gets hit with a water bottle or water balloon or something, and it hits his back. He never moves, and security goes bonkers in the crowd. Not a fan of gum chewing on camera.
Why?
Well, then you must have hated Shawn Michaels walking to the ring, huh?
Always did.
I hated Shawn Michaels all the time.
Hey.
Yeah.
Shut your dirty whore mouth.
Oh, usually, since I'll never talk about 26 here. When Undertaker
Frank Future Show.
Undertaker beats him, I go like this. Get out of here! Get out of here!
That precise moment that he's going, get out of here, Brandy is crumpling into a pile on the floor.
Really?
Yes. I was like, I could not even fathom that it was over for him. So when it actually happened, it was full on, like on the floor. I was crying, wailing. The world was ending.
Well, again, I always have to make this distinction. I've had to make it with Henry God damn, I did it again. I've had to do it with Frank several times. I love you, man. I'm sorry. Shawn 95 through 98. No, thank you. I'm good. I don't need to watch it ever again. Shawn 02 on. You got me. And I was sad when Shawn lost Undertaker to retire. I wasn't surprised.
I wasn't either. I full on expected it, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Brandon.
By then the streak was a thing. Shawn was what, 48, I think at the time?
No.
46.
No.
He was snuck at age.
Yeah,
47.
Snuck out? Okay.
Henry, who do you think was going to win that match?
WrestleMania 26, Taker and Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me really hoped deep down that Michaels would win and end the streak, but I didn't see the Undertaker losing. If I'm being honest.
I will also say this, so to Henry's point, if there was ever a time to end the streak, it would have been Shawn at 2. Shawn Taker 2.
Not Brock.
No, I don't think Brock is deserving of it.
Brock let's forget all that.
Brock didn't need it.
He benefited from it zero. It did nothing for him. They didn't even mention it 6 months after it happened. No. Actually, if you want to go Shawn, the only other person that deserved to have it after that was Bray. But now look what they've done to Bray Wyatt.
What about CM Punk?
You know, they say so-and-so
worked.
didn't need the title. Punk didn't need the streak.
Well, I still think Punk deserved that main event.
Oh, definitely that. But according to some people, that was, which is up for debate. But
it was a double main event.
Right.
Main event's the one that goes on last.
You gotta remember with Punk too, this is right off the heels of Paul Bearer passing away. Like 2 months later.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, would I have been upset if Punk broke the streak? No. I wouldn't have been. But
the way he went after Paul Bearer, even if it was part of the storyline, some of that just to me seemed outright.
It wasn't the time. It just wasn't the time yet. Undertaker was still going, a fairly regular schedule. Not full time by any stretch, but I mean he was going quite a bit still, and he's still a contender, and Punk didn't need it. Punk was already way over by then.
It was.
Yeah, well, I would say more now than ever. But it was Shawn Taker 2 and Bray. But again, seeing what they've done to Bray Wyatt the last few years, I'm glad he didn't break it also.
Carl said,
been a ball of shit for the last few years.
Did he just
Carl did a costume change?
Yes.
His WrestleMania match this year.
I could not find. I have a long sleeve. I went into my long sleeve collection. I don't know why it's not there, but I've got a $1 Million Man tuxedo
shirt,
long sleeve with the
that just rips off.
You have a
Oh my
Chip and
God.
Dale jacket. That's what that is.
like, and I was looking forward now. Like if I was my Cobra Kai T-shirt. So
I'm actually glad you're back, Carl, because the thing I wanted to segue to, you gave me an interesting lead for it.
Ooh.
Go back to Spring Stampede 94 for just a second. Do you remember what the main event of that pay-per-view was from 19?
Yes, I remember vividly
I was
what
ask-
it was.
was asking Carl.
I didn't say what it was, did I?
I'm not
Good point.
I'm not gonna lie.
Impatient Henry.
Not gonna
Impatient
lie.
Henry.
I saw Danny Bonaducci and stopped.
I'll
So
give you
no,
a hint.
I don't know.
Brandy, he asked Carl.
Mm-hmm. Did you know he asked Carl?
I will give you a hint. Hulk Hogan's in it.
Macho Man?
No. That would have been way better. That'd been way better.
Oh God. Is it Brutus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. No, it's not. It's the Butcher.
It's the Butcher.
What pay-per-view are you talking about?
Starrcade 94.
Not
Oh, yeah.
Starrcade 94, Spring Stampede.
Oh, you're Spring
94.
Stampede. I don't know what nobody knows what the main event of Spring Stampede 94 is.
Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Why is that important? Because I want to fast forward in time for a moment to today, April 17th, 2021. I was scrolling through Twitter during the earthquake match while I was listening to you guys.
Thanks for
Ric
paying
Flair
attention to the show, Henry.
I was listening to you guys. I can multitask efficiently sometimes.
How did you take notes in the earthquake match like I asked you to?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
There wasn't much happening. It was that. But like I was saying,
Lying ass.
I went through, I was checking to see what was trending, and I saw Ric Flair pop up, and I thought maybe he finally passed. It turns out there's a boxing. Hold on. There is a boxing pay-per-view.
Hold on.
No, it's UFC. Thank you.
No, it's not. Everybody that is tweeting about it is calling it a boxing pay-per-view.
Really? Is it
Yes,
that stupid
Ric
thing with
Flair
Jake
is
Paul?
there, and he officiated a slap fight in between rounds, and it is the dumbest yet most Ric Flair thing I think I've ever seen.
I've been in a couple slap fights.
I had
Henry?
to hold someone back from a slap fight. I had to carry her out of there.
Henry, that might have been your best segment yet.
I
Is
only
that one
brought
to
that
stop?
up because I was looking at a list of WCW's pay-per-views. They ran
Of course,
Something we
who
were-
doesn't do
some-
that all the
something
time?
we were talking about earlier. They ran 5 shows in California. Anybody care to guess what the last one was?
That internet pay-per-view.
I actually
in
didn't
Boston?
find it on the list.
That
I
was
will-
in Boston, yeah.
I'll narrow down the field though. It was in the year 2000.
Spring Stampede 2000.
It was that internet
Greed.
pay-per-view with the cage match at the Forum, right?
I'm gonna say
Sin?
Slamboree.
You have a guess, Frank?
Greed or
It was
sin.
WCW 2000, so I would
Yes.
say I don't care.
Actually, no.
Palace?
You know what? I'll go Great American Bash.
You were closer the first time. It was Super Brawl 2000, which took place from the Cow Palace in Daly City.
Yeah,
Well,
they
they
went to
Cow
the Cow
Palace.
Palace a lot.
Yeah, they had a
Thank
couple
you.
Super Brawls from the Cow Palace because they had the one with
Live
Piper
from the
taking
Mecca
Alcatraz.
in Milwaukee. It's Super Brawl 2.
By the way, the only one that they've done now the seats are filled in. That guy is not sitting on the stairs. Weird. No, the Milwaukee kind of an interesting story is there's a 30 for 30 short on how they built the Bucks court.
For the Mecca, right?
Yeah. At the Mecca. That one's cool.
I love that while all this is happening, having all these high level intellectual conversations, to steal a line from Scott Van Pelt. And we're watching this, I mean, once in a lifetime bout between Virgil and Ted DiBiase.
Love
sorry.
the
Dude.
build up to this.
That was a potato. Dude, he got him.
Henry
That
is
punch.
pulling a James Sorensen on this 2-liter bottle of pop he's got. He's just destroying it in the background.
Milk
Putting
it.
it upside down.
Pop?
Ah. Yeah, it's soda.
Who calls
Soda
pop in this room right now?
Pop. Oh no,
Pop.
it's pop.
It's definitely pop.
It's not
For what I'm
Sergeant Pop.
specifically
It's
drinking,
soda,
it's
damn it.
It's
because
not.
Soda.
It's pop.
Brandy.
Actually, what I'm drinking is cream soda, and I'm not calling it cream pop. That just sounds.
I would not ask
I
you to
call
call
it
cream
soda.
pop.
I pop
pop-
when I cream, but I don't cream.
The
Efren,
pop
please.
you are drinking is called cream soda. It's still pop.
Wait.
Efren, do not tell them about our cover band for the Whispers. Cream Pop.
How many cover
Rock
bands are you in,
steady.
you guitar whore?
Diet cream pop.
Steady rocking on.
Oh, I thought you were talking about cream
Amanda
pie.
Huey.
If this is it. No, no, he's deaf.
If this is it,
He's deaf.
please let.
That was
Why
that.
isn't
Oh,
the
this is
referee ringing
definitely
the
it.
bell?
Okay.
Or he's got something off of this equilibrium where
Where'd
he's
she
got.
come from?
That's what she said.
Yeah, where did
She got dressed.
She got a new
It's
dress.
acting
I'll
Did
official.
she get-
wear my wedding gown.
I
to
said, did
this
she
match
get
show.
married in between the Macho Man match and this one?
dude? She would
She
be.
must
Call
have.
me. Get up.
She must have met Harlem Heat in between here and then. No,
I didn't know Colonel
Okay.
Robert Parker was out back during this pay-per-view.
I was talking about Stevie Ray, but okay.
Close
Yeah, we
enough.
can go with that one. Because I think she actually dated Stevie Ray.
Taco Bell's new ad. Cheesy gordita crunch, and we're coming for you, Hulk Hogan.
They're still open, I'm there.
Nachos.
Ho,
Nachos.
when the Warriors talking, it's Ho Kogan.
Hulk Hogan. You and I were going nuts.
It kills me every time.
Hulk Hogan.
He cannot say Hulk
Whoa,
Hogan.
whoa.
It's
He
Ho
swung that.
Kogan.
How old is Mike Kyoto here?
I'm gonna say
early
25.
30s.
I would say I'm
Say
very
25.
much
22,
26. 26.
I want to say like 23, 24.
I believe.
Did
I'm
you just say
26.
24?
24.
You
24.
You gonna
you
go
just
park
said
the
it like
car
it-
in the
Oh,
yacht?
oh my God!
You
Oh my God! Did he take that in the nuts?
He sure did.
24
He just,
is correct.
24 is correct.
what did I say? I said 25. That's bullshit.
And I couldn't get into the Rockers hotel room.
He took,
I was knocking. I could see the girls, and they were going. And I'm like, "Hey,
Oh,
bro, let me in! Like, I want to get into the, you know,
Okay.
on the bank."
Okay.
Okay,
You wanna see
okay.
Randy Orton? You wanna see
Okay.
John Cena? Sorry. All right. Can somebody track? Get up!
I hate
Now-
this scene. It's
Now,
terrible.
can I tell you, he looks like he's trying to push out a massive
Yes.
7-day-old shit when he's standing
Exactly.
up here.
Mhm.
I mean, like, look at him, watch him. He's like,
His-
I've got a plug in
You
my
know,
hole my butthole right now.
Yeah.
I
there's a
did that
part of
exact
Piper's
same
I
way.
brain.
other
Mother
morning when I
effer,
tried
you
getting
are
out of
2
bed.
feet away from me. Help me. I only have one leg. I need help.
You know,
Look at him, look at him. I gotta
Brain
take a shit.
that says 4 years ago, I was at WrestleMania 3 with Adrian Adonis, and now this nobody is telling me to stand up,
And I was and I was half painted last year.
and I was
Oh,
half
God.
painted last year.
And you
I
can't
know
watch it on
I can
Peacock.
stand up.
And
No,
now,
you cannot
and
watch
Did we
that on the
discuss that?
cock.
now I'm being
Did they take
carried.
it off?
I
They
think
took it
so.
off. It is
But-
off of the cock.
Was
The
it
It's
entire
also
segment.
apparently not on WWE Network overseas either.
was it Conrad that explained? No, it was Cornette. Because that got brought up on his show, and he read the promo Piper actually said for that match at 6, where he's painted half black.
I know.
And on a first glance, it looks horrible, but when you actually hear the context of the promo, it's Roddy's dark side, but it's literally like all he's saying is, "Hey, we're all either good people or we're assholes. Which one are you?"
I
pretty much
just
the
did,
And Efren,
I just did this for you.
Efren, hey, I was going to ask you. Okay, what if Black or White was out by Michael Jackson at that time?
Ooh,
I know.
no, that's actually a big deal. What was that? 90?
Because it wasn't. But had he done it then?
No. What I'm saying, the song was a big deal.
Oh, song was huge. Macaulay
What was that?
Culkin.
92.
Yeah, I mean the music video alone.
That's
still
it's way different. It goes way different.
yeah.
Way different.
Efren, I know your viewpoint and my viewpoint are going to be a little bit similar on this, but does that matter for Piper if that song's out?
No.
Unfortunately, no.
First off, going back to the video right now, I love Adnan would go bonkers, in a foreign language and slaughter like he understood everything.
He might have. They both worked in the AWA.
Back to WrestleMania 6. Which one? Hot Rod or Hot Scott? It's gonna do it.
They're currently egging my house in Connecticut.
I love it, Efren.
Some people say I might.
No,
Even Two-Faced.
Yeah. It doesn't.
I got a big mouth.
I know.
it certainly does not age well.
Right.
I'm sure at the time it wasn't a big deal, but when you look at it now, you're like, oh boy. Yeah. I don't know if I would have done
Do we remember him for that or 8?
No.
I remember, I think of him at 8 doing there was only one piece of bologna on there, but okay, who cares? So
I was hungry.
Yeah, that's what I remember. So
I don't remember him for 8, as weird as that sounds.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get angry here in a second.
I didn't care for the Hoosier Dome.
No one does. No, again, Indiana ruins everything.
Well, I've been there now. I can say I've been to Indiana.
It sucks.
And I found it to be a nice place.
Sucks.
I was afraid. Our hotel. That was
I wanted to kill.
You can only shower from 6 to 7 p.m. one at a time.
Next time I will be going to the
that's
Holiday
why I
Inn.
don't go there.
Yes.
The one
Anyway.
the hours aren't the concern. The number of people in the shower
Can
are the concern.
the best moment?
Communal showers.
The
Indiana still home with a communal shower.
The best intimate moment of anything of Frank and I getting back.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, and like all of a sudden, sir.
Wait, hold on.
So Frank makes a stop at McDonald's for me. We get back, and Frank goes, "You know what? Concierge sucked. I'm gonna take these." And it was just like crispy M&Ms, yank. I'll pay for this tomorrow, or put it on my bill.
Was there? You saw I was looking.
Yeah, you're like,
I went to the desk. I'm looking around. No one's like, fuck you then. 5-finger discount.
And now he's going to have cops knocking on his door.
Right.
Live.
Dear at Hampton Inn, I found him.
Oh.
I hope no one on this show realizes I'm an accountant. That's probably makes it worse. That
You just said it, so that
And
helps.
I mean, I wish I was an accountant. That's not what my
Genius
degree is
move.
in.
I hope no one knows my real name, which is Timothy James Stevens.
My name's Creamy Biggums. I'm from the great state of Alabama.
Or my phone, TJ Stephen.
Henry has a question.
Son.
My last name is still spelled very wrong in Carl's phone. Go ahead, Henry.
I'm screaming things. Listen, we got one person here who's going through proper.
He has to pee. Yes, Henry.
No, I just took care of that, but thank you for your concern.
I'm not concerned.
When I came back, I got curious about something, so I went and looked it up. The Ultimate Warrior's reign as WWE champion ended at the Royal Rumble in January of this same year. He held the belt for 293 days.
Yes.
The last champion to have a full year's reign prior to the Ultimate Warrior was the Macho Man Randy Savage, who held it for 371 days between Mania 4 and Mania 5 when Hogan won it back from him. Do you know who the next champion was to hold the title for one full calendar year?
Chicago's own.
Yeah,
it was Diesel.
Oh no, Big D, yeah. No,
Rollins.
He was shy 1 week.
I don't know about that.
So would it be Punk then? Punk had it for a calendar year.
John Cena.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Who held it for 380 days starting from September 17th to 2006.
Whoa.
Cracking this?
Creamy Biggums, let's discuss that. Why the hate on John Cena?
I can't stand him. That's a no talent, can't wrestle for shit.
Who's
talking? You can't see me, and I'm gonna beat you with my fucking airplane spin.
First of all, I'm not sure I ever saw him do an airplane
What
spin.
the hell just
Second of all,
Cesaro
Cesaro does an airplane spin. Should we discuss that? 3, do you not see the guy on TV right now?
Oh, well, see, he was cool.
He won with a leg drop.
Hey, wait a minute.
Not last year, he didn't. Okay.
I don't know. First of all, I didn't, as an older, what I feel is a smarter fan, I did not like the likes of, and I'm gonna get some heat here, I was not a fan of Stone Cold Steve Austin. I thought he didn't. I wanted the WCW Stone Cold. I wanted the WCW wrestling of Stone
Stunning
Cold.
Steve.
Yeah, I wanted Stunning Steve. I think The Rock could talk, but he was garbage in the ring. You know what's
sad about all of this? Before I let Frank just get murdered in a minute, the sad part is we talked about this at my house, and I agreed with him.
John Cena coming out
has it upside down. That always bugs me.
He does.
John Cena coming out rapping. I could give
Ed Casey.
I wanted to see good ass wrestling, so I was a fan of Chris Jericho. I was the fan. He could talk and he could wrestle. I was a fan of I'm sorry, God bless you, woman, but I loved Chris Benoit.
Oh, look at Pat Patterson, his white.
He's in the blue. Okay.
I was a fan of Kurt Angle. I wanted to see Kurt Angle. I even got sick of Triple H. Like, I wanted to see wrestling like Shawn Michaels, and when he came back, great. I mean, I've told the story on here a few times that the whole I'm waiting for somebody to try to bring us back to the match. I mean,
there's no match.
I mean, I've told the story on here before and I'm not proud of this, where I spit in a little girl's face. Efren, don't think differently of me, please.
He was 31.
No, I was not. I was like 21, but I was fighting with her because
that
makes it so much better. I was fighting
Chris
with her
Hansen pops in. You're 21. Oh, good. Thanks.
So
well, thank God.
All right. And again, Efren, I apologize because
Chris Hansen,
my very dear, close, first, a long time friend.
Back in 2001, it was an insult. It was insult when you called somebody gay, right? So, she was making fun of me all night because I was cheering for Chris Jericho, and she's like, Y2J is very gay. So I hawked a fucking loogie right in her fucking eye, okay? And I'm not proud of it.
Actually, that's kind of awesome.
I'm not proud of it.
Hashtag.
Oh man. Oh,
when I was, and you're right. Looking back at Hulk Hogan's in-ring work, there's nothing stellar about it, okay? But as a kid, as a kid, I loved Hogan. I loved the posing and the her and the ha's. But as I got older, I liked the wrestling.
Let me peel back an onion layer from my brain. I didn't spit anyone's face. Well, let's get that clear now, especially little girls.
I'm not proud of it, especially that I have a little girl now. I would have punched myself in the face.
So
can I say something really quick?
Yes, yes, you may.
WrestleMania thing being played in the arena. Mark out moment.
Love that music.
Wait, bump it.
I like the version after this one better.
What the WrestleMania?
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
Fighting
but without the words. No words, just the song. Anyway, so I mentioned earlier that my 1A and 1B is Savage and Foley. I can't fully explain Randy other than he was flamboyant. He caught my eye. He was just a gazelle in the ring. Like, he was incredibly graceful. Now with Mick, I can pinpoint it to a T. I was a kid, believe it or not. I'm not going to sit and pretend like no one liked me. I was fairly popular, but I was super shy. I didn't like meeting new people at all. I mean, I still don't, even less now than I did then. But there's very different reasons for that now. I don't want to meet
TJ,
new
we
people.
love
Get
you
away
too.
from me.
Hey, what's your name? Shut up.
Get out of my house.
I said that twice. I'm just kidding. I made that up. I didn't say that. But
Is that what you were saying when I was leaving?
no,
Who's that weird guy running down the street with his ass half shown out?
And why is he holding the
Oh
belt
no, it
over
wasn't
his head?
half. It was He was full.
Coming.
He was full behold down the sidewalk.
Had I slipped,
And
if
we've
I had
broken
slipped
Brandy.
on that puddle
I
I ran over, my
the
my
one they have in your city.
yeah, my leather Cheerio would have been no mas. It would have been no mas. It would have been gone. I would have said, TJ, I thank you for your hospitality, Frank. It's good
Even
to
though
see
I
you
was never in
again.
the hospitality portion of it.
I've either
was running
I've torn something sensitive.
I didn't book their hotel
Please
room.
And
They did.
Efren's not
me-
here to tear anything, but I'm still.
There you go.
Yeah,
torn.
Go on.
just take me to the nearest medical
What a shot.
facility. As
But
my
anyway, so I want to finish this story because I'm sure we're going to get into a lot of conversations when main event starts. So with Mick, why I was attracted to him was, again, I was a shy guy. I was fairly popular, but I was also
Say it
kind of
again.
I was incredibly popular. But I was also socially awkward, and I never got in trouble ever.
And you were attracted to him. Go ahead.
Sexually. The only time I ever got in trouble was my senior year, and I had to make up an absence. So I went to a detention. If you look at Mick, and I started growing sideburns when I was 12. Also, I'll point that out too.
Okay,
See how that
Andre.
worked out for me.
Were you as
And-
popular as you were at 12 than you were the two times you mentioned
Absolutely
it now?
not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. But because I was growing sideburns by then already, I was like a man child compared to everyone else. And I saw a lot of me and Mick. Like, he didn't know how to dress. Still. All he wanted to do when Mankind first started wearing the button-up shirts and the suit coat and the mask, and he shaved, he wanted to be he wanted to follow the rules, be in the corporation, be McMahon's champion. I saw so much of me in him. It was crazy, and that's why I fell in love with Mick Foley. and I've never turned my back on him since. Like Mick Foley will always be my guy, because even like reading all of his books, a lot of Mankind was him. So I mean, knowing that the Mankind character wasn't too far away from, Mick in real life, is I think what draws me to him so much more, even as I get older.
You know what also draws you to that story?
That
you got to say you were popular twice at the time you liked.
I said
I was so popular.
Fairly popular.
Fairly popular means you're popular. The fact that you said that you were fairly popular means you're popular. Okay.
But I mean, so you have like if you're doing Saved by the Bell, like you have like
never heard of it.
What does that mean? The jocks, and then you have like I don't know what
Ellie.
Okay, so you have the jocks, right?
Right.
And then me, TJ Stevens.
No. That's
right
not at all what I was going to say.
With the jocks. Okay. That's how mostly popular I was.
So when you have the jocks, I was the backup nose guard on the football team. And then in wrestling, I was the fourth for the 171 weight class. I was a wrestling dummy. That's what I was. I was not a jock by any stretch.
171's a weight? Shit.
No. That's a weight class. I weighed 162. Okay. I was in band also as I played football and wrestled. I was in band. I was in pet band.
This one time.
Popular and in pet band.
I shoved a flute in my pussy. Anyway.
You guys want to guess?
I was in. Hold on. I was in pet band, and it was another.
What the hell? Wait, what the hell?
I was, and I was a dummy, and everybody said it was going to be a cover of Pet Shop Boys, and they lied to me, and they said a meat whistle was a real thing. And
it is. It's an absolute real thing. I can vouch for it.
Does anyone want to guess what I played in pet band?
A poodle?
Skin flute.
That doesn't make sense.
The real nose tackle, since you were the backup one.
You're talking. You said
you were the guy that carried around the big drum
in Pet Man. You played. No. Did you play a parrot?
You were an alto sax guy.
No, all right. I was brass. Retriever? I played brass.
What is a pet band? I think you're talking about a
pet band. Is the goddamn band that plays in basketball games.
Yeah, at the pep rallies.
Oh, I heard pet.
PEP.
I heard
PEP.
Yeah, I heard pet.
Now Efren is playing the skin flute there, I believe.
No, this is playing.
It was a brass instrument, not a woodwind, and not a dick.
Did you play
You were a trumpeter.
I played trumpet in regular band.
Oh, were you a trombone?
Band, that's regular band.
Corona recorder.
I'm not in 7th grade choir.
Hot cross buns.
Tuba?
Hot cross.
No, getting closer. Shrink it down a hair. Not baritone. Down farther. I played the French horn, but upright in the shape of a trumpet, so it's called a mellophone.
A mellophone.
Yeah, thank you, Efren.
That's what it was. You can't say I'm wrong.
I wasn't nearly as cool as Carl or TJ in school. I was the theater kid.
How many?
By the way,
I was not cool. No, I was not cool.
I drove a purple 1998 Chevy Metro hatchback.
So jealous.
I could put it in my pocket.
Yeah. I drove a 1991 Ford Escort, and I wasn't a theater kid. I was a 8th period. I'm getting the fuck out of here, kid. That's what.
You and your 90s cars. I drove a 76 Maverick and like a 32 Beetle.
And I drove a brown Probe. Oh my God, that's so funny. I almost had
that
awesome blossom sauce comes up my nose.
You drove a brown Probe.
I actually
gonna throw the cards over.
Season 2, The Office.
My first car was a 1987 Pontiac Bonneville.
Stick?
No, it's a fucking Bonneville.
I don't know.
Pontiac still makes sticks in the 80s.
I don't know. My old Valero had a stick.
Unless you're an old woman with a mullet, then you drove a Fiero that had a stick.
Greg Valentine?
Yeah, if you're Greg Valentine, you drove a Fiero that had a stick. I've called him the angry soccer mom several times on the show.
Question.
Yes.
What should I'm sorry. If we're done with your 2 times over popularity, what should have
You
been
keep
the
bringing it
main
back up.
event of this show?
This.
Not Warrior Hogan 2?
No.
Henry?
Oh, you're doing Dream Match for this.
No, what should have
But using the
was
rest of the
Warrior Hogan 2 expected?
No.
if I got
Once
if
was
I got
bad
to heel Hogan,
enough.
if I got to heel Hogan,
Warrior Hogan was great.
it was.
The first time, yeah.
If I got to
Randy
heel
didn't like it.
I'd do it.
So if they don't precondition us with this match and playing off of real life situations going on, I think the question is, does the Attitude Era exist? Is more the thing I think about when I see this, only because how many times up until this point have they played off of current events?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, current event stuff was always.
They've been doing that since the 30s.
Yeah, wrestling has always picked off of what was hot, what was popular, what were people talking
The
about.
highest growing wrestlers of the 50s were Nazis. Supposedly.
And I get that with
Colonel De Beers.
Colonel
De Beers.
right.
He was real
Well, no, even Von Erich, right?
Right.
But what I'm saying is more on the
right, you had
main
the
stage platform of how big 7 crescendoed at, 8 kind of took it down, and then it was like 9, 10, 11, 12, 14.
Ain't
shot
nothing
back
like
up.
ain't nothing like scratching the back of somebody wearing not only a shirt but a singlet.
Correct.
Well, again, I think 10 is more highly appreciated now than it was then.
Yes.
Yeah.
10 was not a bad show.
No.
I'm sorry, Bam Bam Bigelow, Luna Vachon versus Doink and Dink. Alrighty.
Brett Owen.
Okay, no. I'll give you that. But there was some
Razor
bad matches
Shawn.
on that.
That ladder match was
that was good.
something no one had seen.
By the way, a 500-pound Yokozuna wrestled twice that night. He wrestled Lex Luger and then wrestled Bret Hart. Yokozuna might be the MVP of that show. By the way, Efren, I just
No
remembered you had a-
argues.
What,
you had a
Brett's not?
story
I thought it
for-
was
you
Adam
had a
Bomb.
story for this match. It was definitely Adam Bomb. Lost in 9 seconds real quick. You had a story for this match. I was supposed to remind you.
You were?
I just remembered.
Okay. There is a point in this match that I will bring up, and I won't interrupt like I always do. But
okay.
No. So
Brett is certainly the glue that holds 10 together. But I mean, again, nothing happens though Yoko.
Mm-hmm.
But back to this, if it's not this, is it what is it?
I think it has to be this. If not, you're going to do Hogan Savage too.
No. So Hogan Warrior 2, absolutely out of the question.
If Hogan's heel, I'll do it.
So
if Hogan's heel, does it sell out the Coliseum?
Okay, or how bad?
Another ball game.
How bad is Shiki Tugboat?
Oh,
bad. Are you serious?
Terrible.
True or false? That story.
See,
true.
I'm so with you
true.
on that. I think
I
false.
think it's absolutely true. If
I think it's 100%
the
true.
chic part, maybe.
How do you make that up?
But definitely Hogan's friend Tugboat and Tugboat turn. That is definitely 100% legit.
How do you? I get it. How are you going to sit in a meeting and make this up? So we sat around in a meeting and we said, "Hey, who are we going to turn heel for Hogan next year WrestleMania?" Oh, I know, Tugboat, and they're going to run with it. I've been like, "Get the fuck out of here!" But that means they were actually going to do it. And if you watch the progression,
I don't know why
if you watch the progression of the summer from the year before, they were certainly running that way.
They were. There
was
no question.
And then they threw Bossman in there instead.
Yep. Slaughter becomes available, and the shit it just changes. Everything changes now. Now. Topo's not even on the show.
Mm-mm. No, but you know who is on the show is Antonio Santos checking in from the Bang Bus.
I need a tug. I need a tug.
Unfortunately, Antonio is the cameraman. Unfortunately, Antonio is the cameraman of the Bang Bus. He is not a participant.
I'm sorry. I believe he just said
bus.
No action. No action at all.
He is the Kleenex guy.
Didn't he say?
What are you in a terminal or what?
Oh, heck, please. Oh, I look at many.
Is Hogan going to the top rope?
He's going to the top rope.
Wait a minute. What's a bait bus?
No, not
bus?
bait.
That's what I said. What's a bait bus?
It is.
No, I said it's a bang bus.
Yeah, bait bus is the gay version.
Oh, bait is
bang.
Frank, I am very worried if your internet search history doesn't have 2 Z's in it.
Henry, chew with your mouth closed.
As in Brazzers or Brazers.
I did go after that episode. I did go look it up. It's that's interesting.
Can't believe I didn't know what Brazzers was.
What Brazzers?
I don't spend time watching porn. I just don't.
My Lord.
I don't either.
I knew what Brazzers was.
All right, I'm 21st century.
Hold on a second. I got to see what this. Hold on a second.
I'm going to tell you an exact, legit conversation my wife and I had a couple years ago. We were watching a stand-up comedian.
You're married?
Pretty sure it was, yes. Pretty sure it was Tom.
Is
I know
amazing.
I know it's.
I didn't know you were married.
I Reggie Robied. I definitely outkicked.
Oh my goodness, that is a gay site. Okay.
Anyway, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Wait,
we were watching Tom Segura, and he's talking about porn.
Dude, Tom Segura, all time.
She looks at me and she goes, "Do you still watch porn?" I go, "Yeah." And she kind of got upset, and she goes, "I was like, well, don't worry, I don't do it when you're home." She goes, well, how often do you watch it? I go, whenever you're not home.
Yeah,
I go, when you're in the car and you hit the end of the driveway, my pants are off. I'm already waddling to the bedroom.
Yeah, I bought an Oculus yesterday. You know, the first thing I did?
You can watch porn on an
Oculus.
Oculus.
Piper Perry.
3D.
Oh
God.
See, that's the problem. You don't have the glasses to bring it home, TJ. Okay, go to 7-Eleven, get those Married with Children 3D glasses. You're set.
Married with Children.
Wait a minute. You can watch porn.
You didn't
in 3D.
raise your hand.
Yeah.
On an Oculus.
Henry's gonna go. Wait a minute. People have sex on camera. Why did I not know about this phenomenon?
Why didn't you explain this in greater detail last night, Antonio?
Do not buy the 3D glasses for Boogie Nights 2. Dirk Diggler.
I really hope everyone's watching this and not listening to it.
Dirk Diggler.
You know what?
Will have no cornea left.
You know what the issue would be? If I'm watching the porn and then something's touching me while I'm watching it.
I would definitely do that.
That was me.
Handsome Bin Laden.
I said you're handsome with that beard.
Do not watch anything with Ron Jeremy because your face will have sandpaper burns on it.
Oh, come on.
It's accurate. It's a hairy man.
That's more hair for me. Not less for me.
Boy, I don't know. I think we're splitting hairs.
Yo.
Hi-oh.
I could have done without that hi-oh.
Speaking of Ohio is a long ass state to drive through.
Oh,
Ohio,
yeah, it is.
Dude.
Pennsylvania and Ohio are two states driving through that go on
for
fucking ever.
And here we go. This is what I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
Hogan submits here. And no one sees it. There, he submits right before he grabs the rope. So you're going to see him shake no, and I'm just watching Hogan's face here, and you don't see this on camera. So if you can watch Hebner as much as you can, he's going to go out of so Hogan's going to nod yes here in just a second. What's it right here? See, right there. He grabbed it, and Hebner did this, made this big, and grabbed the rope, and my heart dropped because Hogan submitted, and the whole ring belongs to Hebner, and he just happens to look back. It's this moment. I don't know if he ever did it again. Freaked me out.
What happens here if Hebner doesn't turn back and see that Hogan's holding onto the rope? He calls for the bell.
My God, Magic Mountain Colossus drop. Hogan submitted, and I thought it was going to happen.
Could you imagine in this time frame, Slaughter retains over Hogan, and Hogan submit?
That moment you're just thinking about happened. I felt it because it happened, and just great theater.
Oh,
but I thought it was over because I saw him.
The goal of wrestling,
but you don't see it on the telecast. Hebner is calling for the bell, and at the last minute he looks over. It's great. They had me.
The goal of wrestling is to become more than, so to break into mainstream pop culture, so on and so forth. The ripple it makes. If Iraqi Sergeant Slaughter makes patriotic Hulk Hogan tap out at WrestleMania, holy shit.
Did you ever notice that before?
No.
Considering Whitney Houston's national anthem, oh, man, the time, the climate.
Is that hard?
That's what I mean, is take everything into account. We're 2 months in here into Desert Storm.
Was that chair shot hard way? I'm sorry.
I don't think so. Okay. But Saddam Hussein is peak villain as far as global means are concerned. Slaughter's aligned with him. Hogan's the all-American boy. Slaughter makes him tap at WrestleMania. Retains the title.
You know, and I think too, they are playing slowly off of boomers into what would be the new generation, because boomers and our parents always had some villain to look at. Sirhan, Bin Laden, whatever. There was always in Saddam Hussein. They always had a focal point. In this, what you've done is you've taken that focal point away and made it about a sympathizer that will do anything to keep the belt. And like Efren, you just beautifully put, your heart sank. Because imagine that. Had he won it right there.
But my reaction has nothing to do with the storyline of Iraq versus USA. Because here, I just looked this up. The war's over. War's over, been over for a month.
At this show?
Right. Mm-hmm. Desert Storm ends February 28th, I think.
Oh, it didn't last very long.
It did not go very long. Everyone's like, everyone's flashing back to World War II and Vietnam and Korea, and these long, drawn out, this is our lives for the next 3 to 4 years. And then boom, flashbang, he gives up, and we're done in like 6 weeks.
He's a loser to me in this maybe at the Rumble it was I don't know, because my sister's fiance's brother, my sister's fiance is crying, and so I don't care about wrestling. So they tried here and they missed. I wouldn't say that they failed, but they missed. But again, here we have as he tries to kick out, we have a second Hogan title change on pay-per-view, which is kind of cool to see.
He took that boot
there,
like a champ.
to be there for.
So
and then
you've been at both Hogan,
not 5, 7, and 9.
Well, okay, Warrior won it, but Hogan victories.
You're forgetting he beat Savage. I wasn't there for that.
Oh.
But it was still cool to see your hero win the title.
What do you think his best title reign was?
Ooh.
I want to say between 5 and 6.
No.
I'd say prior to 1 to 4, because you couldn't beat him. You couldn't beat him.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It took a twin referee to beat him, and all this other stuff. And then don't forget here at the end, I think as the pay-per-view is going off the air, he wipes his face.
Yes, I've
off with blood with the American flag. And I go, I don't care for that either.
It's an ultimate sign of disrespect. But
and then Marla shoved me out of or her bodyguard shoved me out of the way like 10 minutes after this.
But that's why I love wireless headphones, because even though I was in the bathroom, I could hear all of your conversation. Hogan's best title reign, if we're strictly, what did I just say? Strictly speaking, that's not.
She's not crying anymore, that woman.
Strictly speaking, WWF, not kind of WCW, because I could say Hogan's best run was with the NWO.
Yes,
but I would say before and after 3 is probably Hogan's best run. So I would say in between 2 and 4.
This title change is not a big a pop for me. Look at this.
Ew, I can't believe they left that in.
As much as WrestleMania 9, which no one expected. So it was a bigger pop. This one I expected.
Now, Efren, I'm in agreement with you solely based on what it brought about. Rock and Wrestling Connection, Cyndi Lauper. I don't think without 81 to 84 that you get that mainstream. So I'd be with you on that. But Hogan,
is Carl stuck in Mike Chioda voice?
Yes.
I have no voice. I will say, getting your tonsils out.
I'm not going to give you sympathy because that's not who I am.
Nope.
Break character for me. I smoked 2 packs of Heatas today before the show. Marlboro Red 100s.
Absolutely.
Okay. Here's the deal. I saw Marty Jannetty fall into that fountain, and he said to me, "Bye-bye. Bye-bye." And I said, "Marty, no. No. Pulley. Paulie, next question. Go ahead.
Dude.
Yeah, don't forget, after this, we have the fireball incident that's shown on Primetime Wrestling.
Oh my God.
So,
and actually, Hogan and Slaughter had a pretty good boot camp match. I think it was only the Coliseum home video only. I think it was at Madison Square Garden. Actually, a really good match. I've watched it. I used to have the tape. I don't know if I still do.
That's what they toured the country with.
Yeah,
with that match. Right?
So we've wrapped up 7. Again, I in the grand scheme of things, I think you'd have to put 7 probably in the bottom 5. But the card for 7's, I mean, it's solid. It's a good show. And
no,
does what do you mean no?
It means no.
7's top 5.
No to what?
No, 7 is not a good card. That first half is brutal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, we didn't watch the first 5 matches, but
I mean, that for, and then what do you have going into? You have one match between Macho and Hulk, and that's Boss Man Perfect. Look at everything. I mean, Demolition versus Tenryu and Katao, who WWF fans do not know.
Right.
The Mountie versus Tito Santana, Earthquake versus Greg Valentine.
DiBiase versus Virgil.
Right, which did not live up to its expectations.
Unfortunately, we watched all those matches, but we skipped the Nasty Boys and the Hart Foundation.
Right, we skipped the bad parts. We didn't watch Who Owns the Power Slam between the Warlord and the British Bulldog. I think they wrestled like 5 or 6 times in this year.
Sully the good goddamn name of the Warlord.
Because this is the year of Tuesday in Texas, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Yep. And that's
by the way. Do you know how long that Bulldog Warlord match was?
Too long.
I looked it up today. I almost shit my pants when I read it.
13, 17 minutes?
It was like 20.
Yeah.
Who gave them that much time?
Kerry Von Erich versus Dino Bravo. Who cares?
What are we doing?
They're both gonna have holes in their heads later anyway.
Oh.
Frankly.
Henry, what do you think of the show?
I enjoyed it. I think that it comes to its natural conclusion, though never having noticed before tonight that Hogan tapped during the match and it didn't get counted. Makes me wonder where they could have taken this storyline if Slaughter remains the champion, especially in light of the fact that Saddam Hussein was a very ineffective military commander, left his capital exposed, and the war was already over by the time we got to WrestleMania, like you pointed out.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I mistook that for another match. It was 8 minutes and 15
Oh, thank God. That's still too long. But
it is.
But I'm almost positive they fight 6 times this year.
Ugh.
They fight again at SummerSlam. They fight on opposite sides at Survivor Series. They fight at Tuesday in Texas.
And I'm like, why do I care?
Can I ask you guys a question about this Mania? Because it seems like this is the case for this one more than any of the rest of them. WrestleMania 7 seems to be like the event for 91 to be the hard cut on a lot of stories while also trying to get guys over. There's no in between. You have the occasional where they'll leak over, into King of the Ring in these times or SummerSlam or whatever. You have a few that'll cut hard, but they'll linger in the house shows or whatever. This one, this shit's over. Look at Earthquake beat the shit out of Angry Soccer Mom, and then we're on to SummerSlam. Like there's no in between here.
I'll argue that 8 gets more guys over in the fact that HBK, Undertaker, Savage winning.
But is that on purpose or an accident? Because there's no way they knew they had Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker in 1992.
Agreed.
There's no way.
Agreed.
Pat Patterson might have been the one guy, but no one else did.
8 doesn't make sense to me.
8 does not make sense.
Shawn Michaels coming out with Sherry. I'm watching 8 right now, and it's like,
see, to me, the epitome of a WrestleMania getting people over is 13. Main event sucked. Main event sucked. Rest of the card got people over successfully, by the way, and organically. Austin obviously being the obvious case, but he was not the only one that night.
I'm not a fan of that match.
What?
It's too long. The ending's great. Everything leading up to it's too long.
Efren,
So,
what is your favorite match of all time?
Oh, Jesus. Efren, on the spot.
Over the Edge, Dude Love versus Steve Austin, Vince McMahon, Vince McMahon, special guest referee.
I love that match
because
Milwaukee.
There is 20 minutes of so much goodness with Patterson and Briscoe being introduced. And there's this question: how is he going to get by Vince McMahon to keep his title? There's no way. He can't do it. And then he can. And right before the match starts, Undertaker comes out bringing a whole nother. It's fun. It's fun and not that serious, but you're so invested because you hate Vince.
Well, Mick Foley has and again, I will count myself as the Mick Foley historian in the room.
I heard you were a Mick Foley fan.
I am a little, as Cactus Jack's looking over my shoulder, but Foley's had a lot of matches of ridiculous bumps in his career. Over the Edge, I mean, people overlook that match, especially his Dude Love, because he's still doing crazy shit in that match. Austin beats the shit out of him.
Right. A massive unprotected chair shot in that.
Yeah. But Dude gets his fair amount of offense in too, which I think surprised people. I mean, not that we know it's Mick, but it's Dude. It's this different persona, fun-loving guy. You see a vicious side of Dude. I love that match a lot. A lot. I remember it's Milwaukee, Wisconsin. As the natives would say, Milwaukee. I love that card so much. Little Wayne's World for you.
But my love for the match has very little to do with the match and everything that surrounds it.
Well, Patterson, the Stooges. If I'm not mistaken, this was sort of the birth of the Stooges. Like they've been seen before, but this is the first time they really got involved. They're really trying to get the belt off Austin now, and Dude was their guy to try to do that with. But this is the first time that I recall, anyway, the Stooges being heavily involved in a title match. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
Lord knows I've been wrong several times in the show already. So,
but you're pretty popular from what I hear.
Twice.
So.
Twice.
Oh, Medusa's happy.
Thank you. This has been fabulous.
Final thoughts on the show. Creamy Bigums.
You know, I'm sorry. I'm 10 years old here. and anything World Wrestling Federation's over with me. So I look back at this show fondly. I know that there was some hot garbage on it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. So from start to finish. I mean, I'm looking back. I mean, I'm a lot more critical now about shows, but back, this is in my wheelhouse again. For a year, every morning before school would watch WrestleMania VI, but then when I had the WrestleMania VII videotape, I would do the same thing until 8. So, I spent a lot of time watching this show. So it's definitely one of my top. I enjoyed it.
Carl Kyoto.
So me and Tony Chimmel had these two girls, but
I don't believe any of this story already.
He lit her bush on fire, and it was no, not a joke. It was actually Danny LaRusso bonsai tree. That's what he lit on fire.
The fuck?
If you think otherwise,
calls him
hold on,
Daniel.
Mike.
Mandit gets to call him Danny.
So wait, Mike, are you saying it was an actual bush?
No.
Not a pubic bush.
Oh no, bro. No, this is a shoot bush. This is a bush that I wouldn't even think.
Oh my god!
Of such a. I'm a little bit. I'm a tad bit repulsed, only because I was with Chimmel at the time, and he and I had. Well, okay. The sad thing about it is that Chimmel and I had a chia pet, and we put it on the dashboard, and it would go chia.
I can't even. No.
I did it, Mr. Miyagi. Go wash my car.
If you're not watching,
you're
listening for some weird reason, you go back and watch this part, because the entire time, as soon as Tony LaRusso is mentioned, did I say Tony LaRusso?
It's
Danny LaRusso.
I might have said
Tony LaRusso manages the White Sox.
Killing me.
Danny LaRusso. As soon as he said that, Efren was trying to catch a fly with two Sharpies he was acting like with chopsticks. And the rest of us were losing our shit. That was phenomenal.
Oh
Paul.
my
Thank you.
god. No, thank you
Thank
guys. This is the best
this episode's gold, if I may say so myself. Thank you, Efren. It's you. Brandy.
Because you're so popular.
I agree.
You're so popular. You're right below
I
the
am.
dots. You're like right below, like TJ Stevens popular, right below.
I still have my Letterman jacket, and it has no letters on it. It just says my graduation date on it.
My Letterman's jacket had a treble clef right in the middle of it, so everyone knew.
Mine does have
I didn't play sports. I was in the band, so I never
Efren,
bought
I
it.
didn't want to admit it, but I have a band nerd Letterman jacket. I have the treble clef too.
I love it.
I got jazz band. I got pep band. Wind ensemble.
I was gay once too. So,
And then you
I
have
still
jazz
am.
hands. What the hell?
And then I was in the Air Force marching band.
were you really?
Yes, I actually performed at my own basic training graduation.
That's awesome. I love that. Those people are fabulous.
Brandy, you're
Yeah,
up.
I
Brag
love
about your
watching these
popularity
shows.
for a while.
I love watching these shows back because I always see things and get told about things I had no idea before, like Hulk Hogan tapping out. No idea. It's interesting to go back and watch these shows with a different lens, and you really get a different appreciation for things. And of course, hanging out with people that try and break me and see how much they can make me laugh.
Was that your underwear, Henry?
No, this is a washcloth.
I'm sorry. He has a washcloth handy.
I thought he pulled.
Here are my boxers.
For
I thought he pulled off his tiny white. Like, hey, it's the end of the show, fellas.
he's gonna have some deja vu later.
Hi-oh.
Deja Robert Goulet later.
Lights out, balls out. You know what I mean, guys?
Oh, Canada.
I'm Robert Goulet. Join me as I sing "Oh Canada" this Sunday at WrestleMania 6 with the words in front of me because I forgot them a few months ago.
Thank you. Thank you.
Even though I'm incredibly Canadian.
I said that the other day.
Impossible. Oh, what? Oh, Canada.
I said it the other day, and nobody goes. They're like, Robert Goulet didn't forget the word six. I'm like,
that was us.
I'm like, yeah, he did.
That was Frank and I.
Oh yeah.
I'm
gonna disappear.
Fight, right?
Oh, real quick. Elevator down. This Pazuzu bad.
Elevator
I'm sorry.
up.
Is somebody under the? Oh boy.
See, Efren's is way
If
better.
somebody's under the desk, Carl, you're supposed to let them out before you go underneath it. Otherwise, you'll both get stuck.
So we're at the
Monica Lewinsky is awesome.
This is not
Fucking love you for
WrestleMania.
that, Carl.
This is not WrestleMania 12.
Oh,
Flint was
boy.
on this
Arms
show.
aren't this strong to shake this much and hold me up. Okay.
So we're at the part of the show now. We're going to do announcements, things like that. So as previously mentioned last week, this is my second to last show.
Ooh.
Next week, we're doing WrestleMania 19. I will bow out. Henry, God damn it.
You know what? You
You
son of
have
a
to
bitch.
start that over now.
I got the show by default.
You know what?
Damn.
You know what? I wouldn't have it any other way right now because I've been doing that for 3 months. Frank Bruno will be taking over the show. Maybe, I don't know. If I
But
send
you
the
just said
passwords to
Henry was. Oh shit. Okay.
he will be taking over the keys to this show, and I'm sure I'm going to repeat a lot of this again next week, and rightfully so. I'm leaving the show in good hands. I know Frank will continue to carry what the show is supposed to be, what the show started out to be, which was just an avenue for wrestling fans to hang out and do exactly what it is tonight. And I know he's going to do that. I, in leaving, I got an opportunity to host a new show that will be dropping on May 3rd called Filter Free Podcast with myself, Timmy C, and Dave in the QC, and Angel. I should remember Timmy C's wife, Angel's in it also. We'll be doing a show together. Very excited for it. Actually, I was doing the notes for episode 2 before we started this. So I know next weekend when we watch WrestleMania 19, my last show, it's going to be hard on me. Because again, I first became a top guy in June of last year and did the rebook Hog Wild 96 with Eric. It's where I met the majority of you guys was there. And I had this silly idea to watch pay-per-views together and just shoot the shit and critique them as fans. And we're still going all this time later. So I can't thank Carl just died, I believe.
Yeah, that was something.
Shelf life.
Wow.
I can't.
He fell
can't-
off Jacob's ladder.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I can't thank Henry, Brandy, Frank, and I actually pointed to you guys so I know which one I was talking to. Antonio, Carl, Phil Jackson, Matt Levitt, Mike Kolb, anyone who's been here throughout all the guests we've had, Rajiv, Barat. God, Barat was great when he was on this show. That show is probably some of my favorite one because he was like, yeah, we didn't know what caskets were. What? So many throughout. Adam from Bama stepped in quite a few times and helped us out. So thanks to all of you. I'm looking forward to next weekend, our last hurrah together. And then I'm off to start my new venture. And here's what I need people to understand as I move on. I know I wouldn't be getting the chance to do what I'm going to be doing if it wasn't for you guys and this show. This is what got me there. So again, thank you to all of you for getting me here. And the only thing I can hope is when Frank takes over, that gives someone else an opportunity to kind of spread their wings and do whatever else interests them. I think if we can accomplish that, then the show's been a success. Efren, what are you going to be up to now that Say by the Pod has closed the doors for us?
WrestleGamia is coming to ad-free shows.
Say what?
I'm so excited about that.
I am too. I can't wait.
Working out some stuff, some tests, figuring out some stuff. Survey's going to be going out that hope all of you can answer. Bunch of questions for maybe a Family Feud style type show or stuff like this. Just about.
Oh my God.
Trying to figure out some stuff. So,
well, I told you, Scrabble. You call me.
Really?
I will be there with bells on.
Okay.
I will beat the shit out of someone in Scrabble.
If you do Scrabble,
that sounds like a challenge, TJ.
Get out of.
That is a challenge. Are you answering?
What was that, Henry?
I'm answering the challenge.
I want to answer that challenge too. I suck at Scrabble, but I feel like it'd be fun.
Oh, I'm gonna beat both. It doesn't matter which one of you two is you. I'm gonna beat both your asses.
Brandy, are you good at Scrabble?
I am kind of good at Scrabble.
At the game show version?
Whipping all these boys at Scrabble.
The game show version?
Absolutely.
I'm a
and
third
Henry, you
grade.
Too?
I have my moments at Scrabble.
I'm a third grade spelling bee champion.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with the game show.
I'm just a fat accountant. I just have fun.
It has nothing to do with the game show.
Can we do life?
No, because I'd fail. I'd be crying during the whole thing. Okay.
I beg to differ.
Can we do Monopoly?
No, we don't want to murder people.
I have never played a game of Monopoly where I've murdered.
Every episode would be 9 hours.
Charity, it will be on for like 72 hours.
Yeah. You ready for the Monopoly telethon?
10% of all proceeds raised go back to the Tony Schiavone slush fund.
POLY. Right, Carl? Carl? Oh, sorry.
He died.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And since next week is WrestleMania 19, I will get out the memory box that I made of that whole trip, everything that I got.
I got some pictures upstairs
at that trip. I'll bring the box down. It's up on a shelf. I've got programs. I've got pictures. I've got
love it.
The plastic mugs they gave us, the Beanie Baby Bear.
Yeah. I weigh 45 pounds more now than I did then, but I might try to squeeze my fat ass back into my Hulk Hogan shirt one last time. From that I bought from that show. I wouldn't buy it now, but I bought it then. I didn't know what I know now. I don't have my Big Evil shirt anymore.
I just got somebody followed me, and this is what I'm not going to reveal who it is, but I just have to.
Frank's popular.
So it goes. My opinion, I'm a sexy bitch. My opinion, I'm a 65-year-old with big dick and ready to lick.
I think you got followed by Bruce Pritchard.
It wasn't him. I can vouch for it.
Okay.
Who is this?
Oh, not because just because of the description. That's all.
The only other person I think of is Eric Bischoff because the age sounds right. But
Frank, thank you for sharing that.
I don't know
show.
I don't know what to say.
Anyone else have anything before we leave?
Then he posts a picture of his eyes and it
do
says,
not show it.
I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to tell you what it says. I wouldn't show it because I don't want to out the person. It says
like we know it.
It's a picture of his eyes and it goes, the eyes of the Pussy King.
Hey, if you see this retiree,
it's not me.
You report them to the police.
I'm not sure I want to refollow.
Follow? That's what Frank just did.
Nope.
I'm not telling him I blocked him, but I followed him. What's up, Pussy King? Anybody have anything else before we sign off for the night?
I
This
will
has been
say
way
that
too much fun.
compared to the last time that we were on when we were still in the middle of the NFL playoffs, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, because you weren't watching the fucking Bills game.
Now that I have no choice but to pay attention to you, Efren.
Well, that's not right, and you know it.
Since you're not as interesting in the Bills in the divisional playoffs,
as long as we don't
this
play
show
life,
was
I
good
got
fun.
a chance.
Jesus,
that's not what I meant, and you know it, TJ.
Henry, you really know how to massage the room. You know what I mean?
I was
not
going
that I
for
actually
something.
paid attention this time. This was pretty fun.
Yeah, this is Henry.
I love you too, TJ.
Oh yeah. I'm done.
I can't do it because
gotta
the
go to
Bears
bed.
don't make the I can't do that because the Bears don't make the playoffs. So I'm jealous.
I think, first off, I'm glad that you're moving on to something bigger and better, TJ. I didn't get to say that last week, but I'm happy that you're going on to something bigger and that we're turning the keys over to Frank, because I think that, like you said before, this gives us an opportunity to grow. And since I mentioned Eric Bischoff a second ago, I'd like to congratulate him on being an entrant into the 2021 class of the WWE Hall of Fame. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't be doing this now. So I would hope I speak for all of us, but I'm going to try to only speak for myself when I say thank you, Mr. Bischoff, for bringing us all together. And thank you, Ad Free Shows, for giving us the opportunity to meet one another.
Before we sign off, we'll be starting a GoFundMe for more thumbtacks to hang up Henry's blanket on his wall. So the corners don't sag.
Well, my boobs
and that
already
is
sag.
We know there's not enough thumbtacks for that. And this has been Top Guy Theater for WrestleMania 7. Efren, love you, buddy. See you next week. One last time for me.